Good evening, everybody. It is not the afternoon, it is evening in most of the country. This is Brian Anderson and Sid Michael here, coming at you from the West Coast at a special 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific call. And will you do us a favor? Let us know if you can hear us. Sid, will you say something too?
Yeah, make sure you can hear me. We're sharing sharing one mic on a slow internet connection here.
Awesome, awesome. Thank
Wow,
you, Clarence and
Clarence.
Ben and Lowell. Hello, Dave. Sweet. Okay, good, you guys. Yeah, David Perkins, 5 p.m. for us too. Hey, oh, good. You guys, we're flipping out on the sound. Um, hey, Troy. Yeah, you guys. So this should be it. All right. We're going to get this going in just a minute. We're not going to waste a lot of time. This is not going to be your typical presentation. You already get that it. Some of you know what this is. Some of you don't. Some of you have been in the beta group selling the hell out of it over the last week. We're going to get started in a minute, so this won't be your normal internet marketing presentation.
Oh, look, I see Natasha on here too.
Hey, Natasha. Hey, Natasha Rowland, welcome. And I think we fixed the duplicate email thing with you, Natasha, finally, but I think it should be covered. Y'all, we're going to give it just a second and get started. But before I do, I think Sid goes downstairs to smoke a minute ago, but he leaves a bag on my bed, and I'm thinking, man, I wonder if he got us some candies and Diet Cokes. I go in, I look in his bag because he wasn't here, right? So I sort of look in. It's like an obscene amount of money spent on high-end cigars, 3 to a pack. Unbelievable, dude. I mean, I'm not going to get in your personal business and call out these numbers, but who knows? Who on the call knows anything? Because I don't knows anything about cigars. Have you ever heard of something called a Opus X? Well, we own half of Opus X at this minute in time. So
And a Fuente Anejo.
35 each, John. Yeah. Stop smoking, Sid. Hey, BJ. I love it. Yeah, Friedman, we got a gift for you, my friend. So Opus X laced with opium. All right, we're gonna do it. We wanted to give it a minute, so because there's a lot of people streaming on this call. Once again, Brian Anderson, Sid Michael, we're gonna take you on a deviation from our normal automotive pitch. This is all about automotive. It's completely different than anything most of you have ever heard us do. It's about internet marketing, but it has nothing to do with SEO, social media, reputation management, or SMS. So this is part 2 of our 2-year journey into automotive together, and it segues to another part that we're gonna talk about in 6 months that's coming. But this is kind of what we came up with when we realized one thing. Guys like Todd Freeman and others and John Cesario were killing it, signing dealers up, large checks. I mean, John hit a $30,000 check, $20,000 a month recurring. But what happened is some of you weren't confident in what you were fulfilling. You weren't confident in your ability to do SEO, your ability to do the actual work. You just, you were thinking, God, I'm never going to get Yelp to change that score. I'm never going to get this done. And we realized that what we really needed was something that's 100% tied to one thing, ROI to the dealership. It's all about selling cars. Oh, and by the way, has to be totally quantifiable so that you have a real strong foundation, and it has to be something you can do literally in minutes every day without having to hire outsourcers. We needed it to be as close to automated push button as it can get. And so this is the end journey on that six to 9 month path we've been on. So we're going to get this started. There's going to be a little bit of redundant slides at the beginning for some of you automotive guys and gals, but not many. Most of this presentation you will have never seen, and it'll be brand new. So give us a few minutes to kind of bring other people up to speed. If you haven't been involved with us in automotive and you haven't had all the fun that many of us had, you're going to get a little taste at the beginning, and then we're going to jump into something completely new and different that no one's seen. So since you have a little background, everybody knows, I think you and I thought it was really relevant, not myself, but you, for the purpose of this discussion.
Well, just so you know, I've got 20 years of car experience. I jumped in as a car salesperson when I was 19 years old. I was #1 sales first month, first several months, first year really. I immediately got moved to a used car manager at 23. Got promoted to a GSM of a Chevy store at 25. At 27, I was a finance director of a large Toyota store. And then before I was 30, I was a general manager of a Kia Mitsubishi store. So bottom line is I know the car business, and I've been where a lot of people haven't. You know, I live it. I know the pulse of it. I know what's going on every day in car dealers. And what I do is I look for holes. And when I find a hole, I like to plug that hole. And occasionally, when the moons align, I'm able to plug that hole with something first. And in this case, we've got something that's way ahead of the curve and first. So let me show you the next slide. Enough about me. Oh, and I love my mom, obviously.
All right. Some of you have never been on this, but one thing fundamentally we want to talk about is, let's take it like this. We've all been broke. We've all argued about money. Hell, Sid and I just argued about money today. I mean, it happens all the time. But I'd rather you argue about money over what crazy items you're purchasing rather than a stack of overdue bills. And I'd rather you go from, you know, your middle-class house and late model car and lots of bill notices to living well. It doesn't mean you're a multimillionaire. It just means you don't stress. It means when you get beat down on the roulette table today, when I followed Sid's advice and was losing hundreds left and right today at the blackjack table, then you chuckle about it and you move on. And you decide to try again later at a different casino with a different host. But no, in all seriousness, it's all about comfort. And we really think that what we're doing, right?
What I see it's about is I have people email me all the time saying, Sid, I've tried a lot of other stuff that I see out there, and it gets me 80% of the way there.
Yep.
But 80% of the way there doesn't allow me to make a living.
I can't quit my job.
I can't quit my job.
Can't quit her job.
Right.
What else do we
my
do?
wife's still working.
Yep. I don't get SEO. I hate that one, but I don't get SEO. I don't know how to do this. I'm 62. I want to retire. You know, the stories are endless, and it's, you know, everybody wants to say, hey, just do this, and it'll solve it. And most of the time, there isn't an easy answer.
Right. And here's the shock of reality. When you get the load put on you of learning SEO or learning reputation, or some people don't even make it to that point. They don't even go and sign a dealer because they're afraid they can't deliver any of that. I wanted to take every single bit of that off your plate. And I wanted to give you something that you can sell, that you don't have to worry about any of that, that none of it weighs in on the factor. This is a done for you, very highly supported, super lucrative front end. Now let's go into it and let's start talking about it here, man. All right. Automotive industry, everybody knows that's what I am, that's what I do. Dealerships, pick one, new, used, they all are in effect on this business, okay? Next, please. Opportunity. Like I told you, I look for holes. I try and find holes. But let's talk about simple math first, real quick. How many of you have been pitched a product in the last 30 days? Be honest, I want response here. You know, we can tell if you're paying attention with GoToWebinar. Respond back to me. How many people have pitched you a service that you can sell a T-shirt or whatever and make, you know, $450, right? And if you went out and killed it, you would sell 10 clients. And with those 10 clients, you'd be making $4,500 a month. And we're just going to take an average of a 20%, 30%, whatever expenses. You're going to make about $3,600 a month. Now you're making 40 grand. But that's not really enough to walk away. That's not enough to send in the resignation letter, is it? How many of you have been pitched a product or bought into a product in the last 30 days that's told you any sort of those type of numbers? Give me some responses in the question box. I want to see who's had that.
Let's see. Dan Hollister. Dan, I hear you, man. 30 minutes, of course, just tons and tons. Always those numbers. Terry Hefner, you know why? Because people copy. They don't even originate. They can't even make up new numbers.
Right.
So
well, all right. So everybody's dealt with that. So would you say that we're done with that? If we all say we're done with that right now, we're going to never go back to that and never even revisit it, never talk about it again. Is that fair? Everybody's ready for something that's going to make it happen? Watch this. Let's talk about our kind of deals here. What about deals that, on average, you're going to close for around $19.95 a month? $2,000, $1,500 to $2,000 on the low side, and I'll prove it. And let me do them quick math for you. 10 clients, $1,900, around $2,000 a month. You're going to do gross billings right at 19.9. Your expenses are going to be the same 15% or whatever, $3,000. Now you're making 16.9. Show that to your wife and see what the difference in life would be. Would everybody have a good night tonight? How much difference would life be right now if you had 16.9 coming to the bottom line? Would that change your world? Would that make you quit your job? Would that give you that freedom you're looking for? Would it change your outlook, right? You're damn right it will, okay? So let's quit messing around with shit that's going to waste our times. You're going to get 80% of the way there and find out the guy's theory didn't work.
Because he didn't test it either. This is real-world crap right here. Now, some of you been in my automotive course know this, but I want to go over it again because it's so damn important. There's over 50,000 new and used car dealerships across the country. The revenue of the automotive business is $700 billion. That was with a B. That's the B club, not the M club, the B club. Now, there's major companies like AutoNation, CarMax, Penske, Sonic Automotive. There's some major conglomerates out there. Here's the beautiful part. The top 50 companies in the automotive business don't generate even 15% of they only generate 15% of the revenue. What does that tell you? That 85% of them are mom and pop stores. Stores you can go into like we did 2 weeks ago where the guy owns 6 rooftops, and that's what he is. He's not a conglomerate with 100 stores. It's not, oh, we got to talk to corporate and get permission first. It's none of that crap, okay? All right, hold on. We got mixed up here. Yep. Give us 1 sec.
We showed off everything. Look, everybody's jumping.
No, I froze the screen, my friend.
Oh, did you? All right.
I'm not that bad.
All right.
There we go.
I was on my soapbox too. All right. Next slide, please, sir. All right. Real quick. I know everybody in my automotive course knows these numbers, but let's go over them again so we can reiterate what our value is to a dealership, okay? Average spend of a car dealer, when you're driving down the road and you see that car dealer on the left-hand side, all right, know that their average spend is between $250 and $400 per vehicle is their average allotment to budget for advertising. So when you just see a store, you can just ask them, hey, how many cars a month do you sell? We sell 200 cars. Boom, right off the top of your head, they spend between $50,000 and $80,000 a month in advertising. Okay? Now, that's national average numbers. That's average numbers of stores that I've personally worked in. NADA of 2013, dealerships are spending in excess of $600 a car now. Okay? But I'm going to go by true real-world stuff that I've personally worked in. We're going to use conservative, humble numbers of 250 to 400. Give you a quick example. Small store, 100 units. Right? This is going to be your Chevy, Ford, maybe Kia, out in the country, nowhere near any big population. I mean, heck, the store we dealt with last week is in a town of 4,000 people. They sell 125 cars a month.
Would we quote them?
That was a whole different deal, but 12.9. All right. But it was more than this, but it included this. With 100 units a month, they're spending between 25 and 40. A large store sells between 250 and 400 units. This is going to be a Ford Chevy store close to the mall. Does anybody have any of those close to their house? You know that Ford or Chevy store right there close to the mall? Even the Dodge, Chrysler stores are starting to do real well. Anybody have one of those close to near the mall where that kind of the new area of town where everybody's moving? Go ahead and know real quick, easy math. They're spending between $100,000 and $160,000 a month in advertising. Okay. Now let's talk about an extra large store, what I call a mega store, something similar to what I worked at, Toyota Mall of Georgia, Buford, Georgia, just northeast of Atlanta. We sold between 600 and 1,000 units. Quick math, 240 to 400,000 a month. Not one time, recurring every month. That's what we spent, okay? Our billboard budget was $80,000 a month, okay? $400,000 a month. Now, I challenge you to go out and find any florist, plumber, contractor, attorney, dentist, anybody that spends that kind of money a month. Okay? And if you do find one, it's very few and far between, by far. Now, here's what's scary. When you go out and you find that store that's selling Toyota like I was at, we're spending $360 a month is what I remember. There was a Nissan store across the street. He's spending it too. The Honda store right next to us, they're spending it too. The Ford store down the street, the Chrysler Dodge store down the street, the Kia store across the street, they're spending it. Now Mazda, he wasn't spending it, but he was spending good money. But he wasn't spending nowhere near that because he was selling Mazdas, right? All right, so do you understand the buying power of a car dealer?
Let's see what we got. You got to answer. Somebody has to answer.
Yep.
All right, yeah, Terry and Keith and Dan, of course. Yeah, I agree, Tom. Friedman said, all right, Todd Friedman said a little small Chevrolet store selling only 75 cars a month. They were spending $50,000 a month in advertising.
Yep.
I love it. Okay. No, Todd, not everybody, and that's why we're covering some basics just for a minute, and we're gonna jump into what's completely new and different in just a second. But we want to level set just the basics. Gigantic marketing budget, almost $1 trillion in sales. It's as big as possible, right? Yeah. So this is all about grounding, and if you knew it, we want to drill it back into your head for the purposes of what we're going to do in a minute. If you didn't know it, now you do.
Yeah. So now we know the spending of a dealership. Now let's move to the next one. Innovation. Now, you walk into a dealership, it's not always a cakewalk, right? Because they do get pitched reputation quite often now. SEO. They do get pitched SEO, and they do get pitched, social media occasionally, all right? I think you can change up your wording, and we'll talk about that on some of the strategy calls that we're going to talk about, but it's been done. It's been said. It's been heard. But here's what hasn't been, and here's what they're all foaming at the mouth like a rabid dog right now, waiting for somebody to come out with. Next slide, please, Brian. 81% of all vehicles bought within the next 12 to 24 months, new or used, will be viewed on video prior to the customer purchasing. Think about that. People aren't trusting the pictures anymore. People don't resonate with pictures as much. People resonate more with picture or video than they do with actual copy, right? Let me ask you this. When you open up the directions, now I'm asking the guys because the ladies probably are smart enough to actually read it. When you open up directions to build a toy or something for your kid, what do? You go for the pictures, right? Screw reading the print. And if it was in video, it would be all that much better. It's just the way we are as humans. We absolutely enjoy video way more. It works. Now, if you can see that vehicle on video, some of you may or may not know, I did a contract with Comcast where we put vehicles on video for their videos on demand. They paid all the money for that platform to get set up. I did it for 10 months, made a ton. It's because they knew it also. It's all set up and ready to go to video. Now, here's the problem. To do a video of a car, to take a vehicle and put it on video, and to then put a custom voiceover, or, what are you going to put, some elevator music maybe? What is that going to cost? It's going to cost thousands. I got a quote on Pop Tent for 200 2-minute videos this year. They quoted me $2,000 a video and looked at me square in the face like I was going to pay $440,000 for 200 videos. Now, do you think a dealer can pay $440,000 or would want to pay $440,000 to put 200 cars every month on video for their inventory? Nah, of course not. So go to the next slide, Brian. Let's show them what we got. Let's talk about automotivesyndication.com. And let me tell you what this does. Dealerships have their inventory on what's called a feed. They have companies. They popped up about 7, 8 years ago. They got very popular. A lot of guys made a bunch of money. They come out and they take 12. They take 8, 12, depending on which company, 8, 12, 15 picture packages of each car. And then they use that feed to upload to autotrader.com, cars.com, some of the major inventory sites. I'm going to tell you right now, autotrader.com is the new newspaper. It's where all the money's getting spent right now, okay? However, these dealers are pissed because AutoTrader's price bumped them 5-6 times in the last 24 months.
They're charging them $10,000, $12,000 a month.
Yeah, they're paying $10,000, $12,000 just to have their cars on autotrader.com. Now, what if you could take that same feed, and in case that slide's not big enough, I'm going to read it out to you. What if you could take that same feed and put the inventory on Craigslist? That same feed and put their inventory on eBay? That same feed and put their inventory on Backpage, which we're seeing bigger lead volume than ever before? What if you could take that same feed and put all the vehicles on eBay Classifieds? What if you could take that same feed and put all the vehicle inventory in an app that fits onto their Facebook social page? What if you take that same feed and dump all their inventory on Twitter? Take that same feed and dump every bit of their inventory in custom 60-second videos with voiceovers that you can choose whether you want a male or female doing the voiceover on YouTube.
Yeah, Todd, you're right. Yes, yes, and more yes.
It's getting your inventory out there to dominate AutoTrader, to take them away from the $12,000 spend, to put them into the right market,
yeah,
to
Neil,
put their cars in the right spot.
Neil just said you would rule.
They all have been waiting. They've all been begging for YouTube. They've all been begging for video, and nobody can do it. Well, guess what? I can. Wait till you see.
Watch.
What do we offer? What do we tell a dealership? How would you like to have hundreds of phone ups a month to your sales team, and how would you like to have autotrader.com results for a fraction of the cost? Here's what they say. Wow. One guy said, I love this. No one goes, how do you do this? Right? And then one guy goes, every car gets their own video.
That was the CFO. That was the lady.
Yeah. And customer phone number. Honestly, like, she just didn't even believe us. Right? Let's go.
Yep. We're about to get into the good stuff. We're just warming up.
Here comes the
Can
meat.
you tell Sid's fired up?
Yeah. Here comes the meat and potatoes.
In 3 days.
72 hours.
Yeah, it was roughly 3 days. It could have been a little less. We had a guy in 1% who, Scott Goodman, he'll remain nameless, did 2 deals. Sorry, Scott. We have another automotive member, not in the 1% group, nailed a deal. 4 different coaching students. Look at this. And we're actually going to feature our little Tennessee superstar with the 5 deals. This is in 3 days. We didn't even have all the material set up.
No,
as you would imagine.
We didn't have half of what we're going to show you tonight yet.
Wait till you see it.
But here's what they told him. What if I could get your inventory syndicated on YouTube? They're like, heck yes. And then don't even sell the Craigslist. Don't even sell the eBay. That's included. What? Somebody's charging you for that? Nah, man, that's included in our system. We don't charge for that. That's all included. We're just putting your vehicles up on YouTube for you.
You're paying them. They're paying $800 for that. We give that away for free.
Right. I don't know why anybody else would charge you for that. Puts you a step above the rest. It'll allow you to dominate the market. Go to the next slide and let's show them some of the inside of the stuff.
All right. This is it, guys. What do you actually sell? We're going to show you over the next, 15, 20 minutes. This is where we're going to deviate from your typical internet marketing presentation. This is going to be all meat all the time, heavy content, and you're going to see exactly what we're selling, what has no fulfillment, and you literally push a couple buttons. I don't want to say one. You actually got to push 3 or 4, but watch, and let's get started. Sid made this. I've never looked like a superhero. This has nothing really to do with the next slide, but I really wanted to have this public.
I don't know how Brian got skinnier than me.
I got skinnier, buffer in terms of lean mass, and I don't know, dude. This is great. Dude. Your graphic guy needs a bonus. This is great. Yeah, all right. Hang on. All right. Yeah, I know, Chick. I know. All right, ready? Let's do it. Let's start. Now we're going to take, this is some of our training material that we put together, and we thought, what better to showcase it than the material we're using, for our own team right now at our own company. So this is all about automotive syndication. The pitch, you can empower dealers to market their inventory to the top of every website, U.S. and Canadian websites, maintaining their brand and generating real-time leads. It doesn't get any better.
This is the top 10 sites visited in the U.S.
On the graphic, if you look at the graphic.
We dominate 6 of the 10. Go to the next slide, Brian.
Let me just read them out. Look, 1, 2, and 3, Google, Facebook, YouTube. You'll crush it. 8, 9, and 10, eBay, Twitter, and Craigslist. Notice Craigslist, the one they're all paying through the nose for now, is 10. So 5 of the 6 things we do are better than Craigslist. All right. And if you like these graphics, we finally hired a graphics person. And in case you can't tell, we didn't do any of it. All right, let's start. I'm gonna build it all out. Because I never know on webinars if the builds work. So I'm gonna build it all out. Hang on. All right, there we go. So let's talk about this. This is the overview, big picture.
Yep. So here's the main thing, and I've already talked about where we're going to post all the ads on each of these sites. By the way, you can set it up to where it's hands-free for the dealer. The dealer does not spend 1 second doing it. It all is automated, 100%. You sign, you get a check, you pay a check, you keep the money. Okay, next slide. Here's inside the software. See this? This is, if you look to the left, it'll show the dealer's inventory. It visually displays the vehicle. It also then puts a green check next to everywhere that you've chose to syndicate it.
And you didn't have to check all these every time, so it's not that hard. But literally, it's clicking. This is not local lead driver, Robert. This is the same concept as local lead driver applied 100% to automotive driver. So use that as kind of like a framework in your mind. So it's automotive specific. It's all about driving leads. It's using 6 specific sites, and we'll get into that now.
Yep. Next slide. It takes the vehicles. It takes the vehicles off your inventory. Keep going.
I'm gonna build it out while you talk.
Here's what they can do. So, like for instance, with Craigslist, as everybody knows, in December, everybody got knocked out to where you had to pay $5 a car. So here's what we did to make sure that the dealers aren't advertising just everything, throwing it all against the wall, hoping that it sticks. We're going to be able to give them the top vehicles. So when we're posting their vehicles for them, let's say they only want to budget 60 cars a week. Okay, we actually pull up a top lead generator. Look right there. 2010 Chevy Camaro, 2008 Nissan Altima, 2007 Toyota Camry. They're all top lead generators. If they have them, we post them. Guess what else we do? If you want the top vehicles that are under 10,000, we post them. I hear audio all of a sudden.
Why are we hearing somebody?
It might be Leanne.
She's offline. Paul Thornton?
Let me text Paul Thornton. That's.
Yep, guys, we're having a little bit of an audio issue. It looks like. Give us 1 second and we'll continue.
Paul,
that one.
Mute yourself, buddy. All right. Price advantage. The best priced vehicles. Over 60 days on the lot. What vehicle that they have that's over 60 days that actually gets the most call volume? We generate a list of every single one of these. She's at the vent.
I can't mute her. Hang on, guys. We're trying to fix an audio issue. We had somebody live who They don't know they're live. Somehow we're just trying to mute them. Give us 1 sec. Give us 1 sec. This is how it. This is, you know, as the world turns as a soap opera, we got as the webinar turns.
That's right.
And give us 1 sec. I promise it's worth waiting for because you've never seen it, and it's pretty awesome. Leanne, I know you know already. I think you're working on it, but I can't mute you because you're dialed in on a phone, I think.
All right, let's keep moving.
We'll keep moving. If you hear anything, you guys, we'll talk louder.
So it also then plucks out the best cars that grade at the highest percentage to then post and get the highest call volume. Let's go to the next slide real quick.
Yeah, you guys know we're alive. Thanks, Tim. You know this is not Memorex. So
Yeah, right.
We're moving on. All right, hang on. Let's talk lead generation, man. So you see the landing page? It's all about tracking. Every ad has a custom tracking number for each vehicle. All calls are tracked and recorded. The lead source is tracked so you can quantify value. The vehicle is tracked. The phone number is logged, and the name of the caller is logged. Sid, what do we charge them for the phone calling?
The entire call tracking package is $0.
Thank you. So the whole idea is you can see the examples here with the tracking. The number, if you look on the yellow arrows in the picture, and I know they may be small, but the URL has a unique identifier that allows us to know how many clicks happen to that vehicle. The phone number with the extension allows us to track how many people are interested in that Chevy Impala with 18,000 miles. It's all about showing value, delivering results, and tracking what lead source is really bringing the heat. Let's move on. And, you know, I guess we should, you know, I built it out. 90% of the leads we're getting are phone call, 10% are form submissions. That's taken out of the existing customer base across everybody. So heavy, heavy phone call. Customers love it when you make the phone ring. I'm going to build the next slide out, you guys. Give me 1 sec. I'll build it out. Sid, I want you to talk to this.
Yep. So you post your inventory on Backpage, you post your inventory on eBay, you post your inventory on Craigslist, and it all leads to one place, a landing page. See the landing page to the right? Every single vehicle in the entire inventory will have a custom landing page created by them. It automated by our software. Created. It's done. What else do you get on that landing page? You also get a full optimized credit app. What else do you get with all this? We're 100% Craigslist compliant. Craigslist will never switch or change or make an adjustment.
There we go.
All right. We'll never knock us, you know, say that it's not compliant. It's 100% compliant. So here's what happens. A dealer signs up. Every single car in the inventory gets a landing page created with a full credit app that anybody wants to click out and fills out and then fills out for a lead. We then syndicate the inventory on YouTube with custom videos, syndicate the inventory on Backpage with custom ads, Craigslist, custom ads, eBay Classifieds, custom, YouTube videos, custom. All right? And it all goes to the landing page, which is also created for each and every single car. Go to the next one, please, Brian. Also can request a trading appraisal. Did you see that?
Nobody saw it. I blocked it. Let me show you.
Oh.
So in addition, you can get, you want to know about the trade-in on your 2010 Lexus credit app? You can do all that. All of it is tracked and quantified because you want to show results. And if you have all this data, guess what happens? Your client loves you.
Yep. You want to do an auto check, like a Carfax. You want to auto check on the car? You pull it right from the landing page. Product overview. Leads reports, captures all calls. This is the way it's going to come over. You see down at the bottom here? We should have covered those numbers, but see where the calls are coming in? It actually captures their names and numbers. It's got their phone numbers. It's got the vehicle, the exact vehicle that they called in on. And it shows the source. if they call in on the credit application, if they called in on the Craigslist, if they called in on the classified marketing call, everywhere that it's advertised, it tracks it. Every single bit of it can be exported from here into a dealer's CRM, so that we can deliver the leads real time right into the CRM where they're all recorded, and then the dealers can start tracking them. This makes money, man. Go to the next slide, please, Brian.
You know, one thing you left out, and I got to stop you. When you do it right in the CRM, that's so big. They don't have to data input anything.
They don't do anything.
All it does is it flows right into their system, and when they see 42 new leads for the day in their CRM that are being distributed out to 8 salespeople, nobody typed it in.
That's right.
They go, we got 42 leads from Adam Sheldon today. Adam's kicking ass. Sorry, Adam, you're at the top of the list here. Let's see. Let's go on.
Mobile.
Who loves mobile? Patty Rukowski, are you on this call? Let's see. Patty, I know you're out there. Talk about mobile.
Let me give you some more stats real quick about mobile. This is a fact. 61% of the dealerships, if they look up a car on mobile, they look at your inventory on mobile, 61% will be in your showroom in 48 hours. 35% of them will be in your showroom within the hour. You want to miss that business, Mr. Dealer? Heck no, they don't want to miss the dealer. Miss that kind of business. You want to be on mobile. This is all mobile optimized. It's all cutting edge standard. Over 50% of the web traffic is delivered from mobile devices. 40% of Craigslist traffic is also delivered from mobile devices. Do you want to miss it? No way. Mobile's hot. I agree, Tom. You got to be on mobile. We're here. There it is. You're on mobile. Next.
All right, hang on, guys. I'm taking this slow. We're on a slow hotel internet, so I'm trying to handle this properly. All right, Sid. This is the Craigslist portion. There's multiple pieces. There are really 2 ways you do this. You can do a manual method of posting, single post, or you can do a hands-free method, and we'll talk about them, right? I'm going to build it out. So when you post one vehicle, or you select up to 50 at a time to post, the ads go automatically to Craigslist. The budget manager system that we have in the software tracks the $5 fees. Somebody brought it up, Mark Casey, I think. Yes. So when you sell this, you sell the deal for X, right? $5 fees are an additional, depending on how much they do, because Craigslist, in my mind, is probably the second or third most effective piece of this solution. But they all do this right now. They already spend roughly $1,000 a month on the Craigslist part. So when you price this right, that's before fees are spending $1,000. When you price this right, they're getting all this stuff, and you're throwing Craigslist in for free.
Yeah, basically.
All right, let's go on. Yeah, we just took screenshots, you guys, because rather than just do all hype, which is easy to do because people love the high points, we wanted to show you the meat and complexity, not of how hard it is to use, but of how built out and feature-rich everything is. The dealer only wants to spend $250 a month on their Craigslist budget. That's great. Type it out. You get immediate visibility. How much do you have left? Oh, you have all of it left. Oh, you have $100 left. It's that cool. Very, very simple. All right. Hey, quick aside, BJ Ocampo, message me if you're recording, because I'm worried about our recording. If you could message me, I know you record a lot of calls. So, all right. This is how seamless. Now, you can actually do this 2 ways. 1, you control everything for them. You charge a premium. 2, you give the dealer access to their own logon to do it all themselves. Right? Very cool. You can roll out Craigslist ads based on time intervals. You can do anything you want, and you can do that on other, not just Craigslist.
You can have it where it could trickle out like an ad every 10 minutes just to always keep you up at the top. It's baller, man.
Yeah, I think Keith just said it right. Todd said, ugh, can this be tomorrow? I want this. And Keith Avery said, sweet, state-of-the-art. This is the absolute best. We've seen all these people with all these solutions. We run into competitors. We've seen the real software guys out there from India, Kargigi. We've seen everything. Nothing is even remotely close. Nothing takes everything into an automated software. Kijiji isn't selling cars. We tried it. Those of you that have been around a while, we tested it in 4 Canadian markets, hitting Kijiji hard. Manually and with software, they generated extremely low call volume. So Kijiji doesn't matter. If you're in Canada, don't let that bother you in the least.
Here's the other thing. If you do post on Craigslist in Canada, there's no $5 fee. So that's kind of your added benefit of Canada.
So having this queue, this is all about freeing you up. You literally just queue up what you're going to post and you walk away, you leave. Let's move on. Now talk about hands-free, Sid.
Hands-free is where you can set up where a dealer wants to post like 100 ads a week or 200 ads a month, for instance. He puts it in, they put in their budget. It then goes to the top, the top listings. We choose the inventory for the top listings, and then he goes in and it syndicates it.
Yeah, this is us doing it for them.
Yeah.
So they do nothing. Some dealers want to control the process. They're control freaks. They got somebody in that role. Others want to be completely hands-free. Let me just pay whatever, and I want it done. Handle it for me, right?
Yep.
Well, you can handle it for those guys.
It's 100% hands-free. Now, the only reason why you would want to allow a dealer that wants to be hands-on, okay, that's going to be the small pre-owned stores, the little small maybe buy here, pay here's, or the consignment type stores that have like 8 or 10 or 15 cars. That's going to allow you to. They can go on. They can okay. I got a budget. I want to spend $50 today, for instance. Boom, you knock it out for $50. You put on 10 cars. You're able to pick what cars you want to put on. Blah blah blah. If I'm just going to straight say it, if Barry and Roger would have called me, then they wouldn't have released that product. They would have
waited, and they would have been promoting this because this annihilates it. We've tried everything. We've taken our lumps and our bruises. We've spent money, lots of money. There's nothing even close. So let us continue though, because this isn't it.
Yep.
Let us continue. I'm going to skip over because I want to show you as much as I can, and we wanted to dump how awesome it is. We wanted to dump it on you. So your dealer can see all active posts. You can reconcile the ads against the budget amount. Oh, yeah, and Todd Freeman, you can export the leads directly into their CRM from everything. So, so even if the dealer's doing hands-free, you can give them a login where they can see how it's going. Really comes down to manual or hands-free.
That's all you got to ask when you're selling this. Let's go to the next slide.
Yep, Brian. Let's do it. I got to stop the builds. The builds on PowerPoints are tough. Let's talk about Backpage.
Let me tell you something. I'm watching Nick. A lot of you that know that local lead driver, I'm watching Nick Climate post on Backpage and Craigslist right now. Backpage is picking up everything that Craigslist is leaving off. Backpage is the new Craigslist. I'm telling you right now, we're seeing leads on Backpage catch up, in some cases, succeed Craigslist. Backpage is moving, and they're moving fast. All the inventory, it's on there. It's all on Backpage. You're all ready and good to go. Okay. eBay auction. If they're auctioning cars, let me tell you something. It takes about 20 minutes to put a car on eBay auction. Not with this. This system, you'll have it up and running. The dealer will have it up in less than 2 minutes. It's so fast, it's sick. If they're doing eBay auction right now, it's going to simplify their life. They're going to love you.
Make sure, you guys, the internet's slow. Make sure you're seeing the screen, the eBay auction screen. Let us know just to make sure we're synced up. I saw Tony said it wasn't synced up. Tony Joseph said no. Now you do. Okay. We're going to watch and see how fast it turns. Thanks for the heads up, you guys.
Yeah.
All right, good. All right, good. You're seeing it. So there's all kind of templates, but you can do it literally in 2 minutes to handle this. They don't do it, well, you can provide it for them. They already do it, you can make it very, very easy.
All right, let's get through this with respect to time.
Yep, I'm trying. You know, there's 12 million, Sid, 12 million unique visitors a month on eBay Motors. They spend almost a half hour
On average.
every visit.
Cars.
Oh, by the way, when you use our software and when you sell, you're an eBay certified solution provider. We've already done that for you. We got a few other cool little buzzwords that you can drop. There's also auctions. Check this out. This is how easy it is. Boom, boom, landing page.
You're set up.
It's that easy. I'm not gonna
Literally,
I'm not gonna belabor
process.
You can manage multiple auctions. You can watch. You can do anything you've ever thought about, dreamt about, didn't even know you could do. You can do it. I want to get to my favorite in a second, though. Hang on. Damn builds. Hang on. You can also do, in addition to auctions, you can do classifieds on eBay. All right? Just use that as your takeaway right now. Hang on. Oh, these builds are killing me. Hang on. We got carried away with builds. We thought we were all bad, and now I'm having to click the button repeatedly. All right, let's talk about Facebook and Twitter. You've heard of them. So there's 1.2 billion. I think there's 1.2 billion on Facebook and a whole heck of a lot on Twitter. So you can post updates to their Facebook and Twitter feed, right? Directly from in the software. You can do in-app vehicle announcements, ad sharing, social buzz, real-time feedback on the engagement of your announcements and your shares, your posts, all of it from inside the suite. You're actually, yes, somebody just asked, yeah, you can actually show them how to make money with them Facebook thing. So yes to that. That was funny. Kevin Jackson, do you see the Facebook slide? Hey, Brian, I know, man. This is Caesars. I paid for the fastest internet they had. Makes me want to, like, cringe right now. Okay, Patty said some of you are seeing it, so I tend to think it's not us this time. So you get the ability to get that feed onto Facebook and Twitter with all kind of cool stats and data to quantify everything. The whole thing comes back to monetizing social media, converting fans into customers, right? I like that one. Hang on. Let's show you an example.
There's lots of tire inventory right under a Facebook app.
So boom, there's your feed. You can imagine it on the fan page. Look over to the right. You see it? That's how you drive engagement. And you're going to see who clicks, who likes, who comments, and you're going to have all the metrics to quantify.
You want to have your name attached to a car that sells every week? Once a week while you're doing social for the dealer, let them know that you're going to drop a 10,000, under 10,000, wholesale corner car, and watch how fast that thing flies off the shelf. Everybody wants a car for under 10 grand. Find a Honda or a Toyota, I don't care which one it is, put it on the social page, the thing will sell in 24 hours. Watch.
All right. Now, the kahuna, the big kahuna, the granddaddy of the whole package. Ready? This is where it gets fun. All right, Sid. I'm gonna let you start it, and then we'll kind of go back and forth on YouTube.
Videos are automatically created. It's automatic.
So even I can make a video, basically.
Basically, all you gotta have. Here's the minimum requirements. Here's the rub. You gotta have 6 pictures, and the reason why is it's gonna show each picture for 10 seconds to then create a 60-second video. You choose. You can listen to 3 different voiceovers, 2 females, 1 male. You choose which one you want. She then or he then reads the ad. This will scare you to death. It will scare you how well it reads the ad and gets this dead on. It sounds like Siri from your iPhone reading the ad, basically. It's awesome. It actually sounds better than Siri. But it's an automated electronic voice that does a voiceover describing the vehicle.
Sorry, Rob Actus. We got real nice female voices on here. There's a male voice too, but the female voices are great. And I don't need to belabor this to you, but YouTube videos obviously rank high on Google, especially when you long tail phrase them, right? Huge SEO value in this age of backlinks and unnatural linking penalties. This is content rich. This is called user-generated content. It's driving links to the site. It's pushing up their website in terms of SEO. At the same time, you can show the dealer an example. It gets really good, and it's going to get better right now. Let us go on. So the average engagement on the videos, this is coming right out of the system. One of these stats is YouTube, and one's the software, and I got to remember. So 10 times higher than a static page video. We already know that. 36% of the people are more likely to seek out information about a vehicle after watching it online, right?
Video's where it's at, man. That's what they're all foaming at the mouth to get to right now, and you've got it.
So you're going to generate thousands of page views. Every view is tracked. You're going to have all the stats you could ever want. The YouTube channel is going to be created automatically if need be. The branding is done for you. It's Brian proof. You will not screw up the graphics, I promise. All right.
Next one.
Yep, hang on. Let's do math. Fun math, though, right? Let's do math called making money math.
And we're going to talk about Craigslist ads just because that's the one that actually has the $5 cost.
And a bunch of you asked about it, so let's talk about it right now.
150 Craigslist ads a month. It's going to cost you $750. You get 165 leads with a 5% closing rate, which is very highly conservative. The national average is 20%. Okay? You're on the average of $1,500 net, which everybody knows average PVR is $1,700, but we're going to use $1,500 here. That's going to generate you a revenue of $12,300. Assuming that you use just the Craigslist ads and you know the Craigslist section of the software, and it's just assumption. It's $200. It's actually less than that because we're giving you all raw cost. But plus the $750 Craigslist usage fee, it's costing you, or what you would sell then and mark up to the dealer, $950. Go to the next. Let me see. I can't see behind the question box. Yep. So if at a 5% closing rate, it should generate 8.25 units. With a cost of $950 at the $12,375 created revenue,
which is low, by the way. We went low because we didn't want to blow your mind. If we use $2,000 PVR, that's per vehicle retail, the average clip on the sale, we're talking about 17, 18K. Everything goes berserk.
Yeah, it's nuts. So it averages out over 1,100% return on investment. I don't know about you, but when I walk into a dealership and I talk to somebody and I say, hey, I can get you $1,100 return on investment, people drop what they're doing and start listening. Here's what else is cool. Since Craigslist has dropped the $5 thing, the actual leads per Craigslist ad has more than tripled. They've gone berserk. The quality of the ad is nuts, all right? It's the only route that you can take. They're actually averaging 1.1 true bona fide lead per Craigslist ad. That means if they're putting up 150 ads a month, they're getting 170 leads off of it. Now, you all know that well, maybe you don't know. Automotive leads sell, as Roger and Barry say, for $15. Well, let me tell you the truth. They actually sell as high as $28. But here's the difference. You're not sharing it with nobody. This is an exclusive lead just
tied
for
to
them.
that dealership, tied to a vehicle they have that they can actually sell.
It's an absolute no-brainer. It knocks down their cost per lead under $10. You want to sit there and pitch up camp in a dealership? Get leads under $10.
It's called you become an order taker, by the way, at that point. So we're showing ROI. The ROI is there. We have all this, and Natasha, great question. Yes, we have PDF and PowerPoint and Keynote version of these kind of slides in a presentation format that you can crush it with.
One thing you're not going to find on this rollout that we're doing right here, we came prepared. Let's just say that.
Well, you know what? We got smart. Sid said, Brian, you can't do the graphics. And I said, thank goodness. So we hired this amazing, amazing little artist over in New Orleans.
Let's look at this real quick.
Let's do the math.
Let's look at this is just some real information real quick. You see Craigslist, how we were banging out 25,000 leads, and some of you might remember those days. Right up until December when they rolled out the $5 a lead. Man, it was awful. It killed us. Right as they rolled that out, Look at the leads starting to go back up because the quality of content, just like Google's trying to police the content out on the net, it's the same thing with Craigslist. You want to make sure that you have quality content. Look over to the right. Look at the leads per call or per ad. Okay? Look at it, because it got so diluted. That's why they came out with a $5 model. It got so diluted where us included, hell, all of us, were, you know, just dominating Craigslist with who could post the most ads the most times.
5 to 7 times fun a day per vehicle. It got crazy. I think a lot of you that were around know it.
There's a guy on the call, Troy from Tennessee. He'll tell you, dude, they were generating 500, 600, 800 calls a month for some of these dealers because they were just dominating it, right? Well, now that they've got it to where they've got good content on there, look at the average lead per call. It's up over one ad per lead.
All right. We did something different than we were going to do. We deep dived into the software. We didn't talk about, Sid, some of the intangibles. This is kind of the evolution of what we're doing with the whole automotive group. This is the next step, and we're going to tell you kind of how this, we're going to answer Ruben's question and a bunch of others here right now. All right. We created something we call 1% Plus. Some of you may know we have a 1% group, and there's an upgrade path for those of you involved in the group. So see Paul Thornton. Monday morning sales meeting. This is not an IM product. If you want an IM product or a get-rich-quick scheme, I will give you some links that came in my email in the past week. This is a business where you can actually make real money. This is what we do every day. If you want to know why Sid, myself, and Chris were at 2 dealerships in the last 10 days, it's because we're doing this. We don't just sell it, we do it. I think you guys know we've been preaching this since early 2012, hot and heavy since summer of 2012. This is what we've been preaching the whole time, and we've been doing it, and we're building not a 6-figure business, screw that. We're building 8-figure business. That's what we're working on. So we've got an ahead of the curve call. This is our Thursday business strategy call. This is a training call every Thursday. You're part of a team. Monday morning, tired old Sid over there, the guy that has no energy in his voice. Can you hear this guy? He does a sales meeting. It's amazing. It's 15 to 30 minutes. It's not designed to keep you on the phone. It's designed to get your head on straight for the week and get moving. Now with 1% Plus, we do heavy product and sales training. We hired a guy whose sole job is to teach you software. He's going to train on it. A few of you have already had a training with him. I was about 50 of you that were on our early beta group.
Yep.
Right?
We have Christian doing a weekly call.
Right now, we're going to come out of the gate strong, and we're going to flood you with training and make sure you're so prepared you won't know what to do with it.
Absolutely.
We've got a Facebook group that is unlike any other. It's composed of 100% winners.
Now, this is not just the automotive. It's not Automotive Strategies Facebook group. This is an elite Facebook group. This Facebook group has real dealers, guys that own dealerships. This Facebook group has major 8-figure company CEOs in it. This Facebook group has big players, big players that will be pitching in and giving in their 2 cents and guiding you and helping you and moving with you along with me. Okay? Also, we give you wholesale access. I didn't want anybody to ever say that they had a problem with the pricing. We give you our wholesale access pricing to a fully automated.
You're leveraging the fact that we have 100+ dealerships of our own now, internally, and we've got the best possible pricing you're ever going to see ever. It gets better. So this is part of the 1% group, but a lot of you asked, I don't know if it's Andrea. Andrea, you might have asked. I know you have before. Done for you marketing materials, PDFs, leave behind slicks, PowerPoints.
Hang on a second. PowerPoints with music. Or you can turn the music off.
Can you tell we paid an obscene amount of money to this graphics lady? Oh, and by the way, when I told her we had a Mac, I was hardcore on the Mac. She built the same thing in Keynote for us. And every time we ask her if you need something custom, she's on retainer. She just changes it for me all the time, and it looks great.
That's right. Contracts,
dealer agreements, pricing blueprints, everything you need to run this thing and do it right. And Usually we like to talk to you about our outsourcer, our guy, our gal, our team. You don't need that. The software is everything. You don't need anything else.
It does it all 100% automated.
All right.
What does everybody think? Give me your opinion. I want to hear exactly what you think about this. Who's ready for change? Who's ready to quit their job? Who's ready to make a difference? Who's ready to start making some freaking money, man? Who wants to take this in? All right. Here you go. Let's talk about it, Brian.
Man, I'm just catching my breath. I mean, it's hard to talk about getting fired up. I think we've alienated the whole 10th floor at Caesars Roman Tower right now. So, yeah, total game changer. My brain exploded. Me too. Will it work in Australia? Is YouTube in Australia? John Gilbert, I need you to answer that. I think yes, right?
Yep.
Yes, John Gilbert. David Perkins, hell yeah, you guys. Oh, my gosh. Jeff, I hope there's a replay. You got here late. You missed the most pumped up. There may not be, but we tried. We had a little bit of a hiccup for about 5 minutes. Let's see what goes on. All right. This is not a product. It's not a one-time fee. It's not an information product. If you want to run your own business, this is a business. This is a software that's going to help you, us, whoever, going to build a 7 or 8 figure business
with weekly support the whole way, walking you into the freedom. I want you know what? I'm going to put up an Opus X cigar or something equivalent. But if you're into cigars, you'll know how much Opus X is. For everybody who ends up selling in some deals, quitting their job, and sends me a resignation letter where they quit their job, I will personally send you one of these Opus X cigars that I have.
Well, I'm going to one up that because I like to one up Sid whenever he lets me talk second. So, boy, did he screw that up, you guys. So, here's what I'm going to do. First 10 people that get to 5 deals, what am I going to do? I'm either going to give you a cruise on me, or I'm going to put you at the Mandarin Oriental in Buckhead in Atlanta for about $800 a night and bring you down for 2 or 3 nights to celebrate your new life.
Freedom. Life and freedom. And we'll do a business mastermind where we'll set you on we'll set your business on fire. We'll show you exactly what route. And if you haven't stayed at the Mandarin, it's very nice. I spent a weekend there a few weeks ago. It was phenomenal.
Better that was Sid than me paying that time. It was craziness. All right. No more suspense. It's a monthly fee. You call it coaching. You call it mentoring. You call it immersion into a new business where you can dedicate yourself 100% with like-minded people that are crushing it. That's what we're talking about. You call it fulfillment. You call it software. You call it everything. It's all in one. You see the fee. It's $247 a month. I know it sounds like a shitload of money, but it's not a fake. It's not a fake product that these guys throw away in a week. This is big, really big, and it's been the direction of our businesses. It's what we're doing. We don't expect that all of you will do it. We know that a lot of you are going, wow, I can't do that. Think about it. You land an SEO client and you hire an outsourcer. What do you pay them? $300-400 a month. We've got it all set up. You will average your cost per dealership will be roughly $200 to $300. You will charge the dealership roughly $2,000. You will net to you autopilot $1,500 to $1,700 a month per dealership. Some of you will make more, and that's just because you're better salespeople. Everybody will come in roughly in that ballpark.
Tim Parker owns DealerLink. He goes, dude, I'm going to call 3 of my best customers. I'm going to bone crush them on the YouTube and just show you what this is worth. I said, are you kidding me? He goes, dude, just watch. I love it, man.
All right, here's the link. We can't talk any louder. We can't do any more build-up. We're, oh my God, I almost have to fix my hair, man. I tell you what, I mean, I'm so fired up. I feel like Ric Flair. You ever watch World Championship Wrestling? The Nature Boy? We are fired up. This is so good. It's so awesome. You can't lose. The only way you can lose is if you come on board and do nothing. And if you do, I promise you, just don't even come on board. I don't care if 4 of you out of the 911 on the call Well, it's down to like 890 right now. If only 4 of you come on board, then that was the right 4. If it doesn't make sense to you, if you don't want a software-based solution where you push a few buttons, it fulfills everything for you, you average netting 15 to 1700 a deal, and you're asking pennies. You're saving the dealership money when they sign up. If that doesn't make sense to you, then it really isn't for you, and I wouldn't do it at all. At all.
Dude,
Neil Fryer said, "What an effing bargain." He's right. Sid wanted to change the price. I said, you know what? We have to have it make sense, and we have to stair-step people in.
Hey, well, what were we charging for the same thing, minus YouTube, minus Craigslist? Or we just had Craigslist. Just Craigslist.
I don't remember what.
6 months ago, we were charging $700 a month.
$750.
$750. What's your cost on this? Try $150. How much can you mark up over that? Making it happen.
All right. I'm going to take some questions. As you can tell, we totally changed the format of this from a info call. We shared everything. There's no like dangling large font buzzwords. We showed you everything you get. There's nothing held back. We showed you the complexity. We showed you the detail. You saw all the meat, the potatoes. You saw the reporting, the analytics. You saw the automation. You saw the strategy. It's all about taking a dealership's inventory. I don't care if they have 20 cars in a dirt lot and they're in Baghdad, Florida, population 511 people. I don't care if they're in L.A. and David Perkins and Barack are fighting over it. It doesn't matter. They can sell 800 cars or 25 cars. They need this.
Yep.
They all need it. And they all spend tens of thousands a month in marketing. You getting 2,000 a month is the easiest thing you've ever seen. I had a dealer beg me. You guys know I have a client that I get $10,100 a month for. It's a Toyota dealer. A lot of you know. They begged me for $1,500 a month to do automated to make videos for all their inventory. I'd have to do 600 of them a month. They offered me $1,500 a month. I turned it down because I didn't know how to do it, and you guys have seen my graphics and videos. No way. It's as good as it gets. Sid, I'm going to do Q&A. Hang on. I'm going to pause that screen. If you're a 1% member, see Paul Thornton, there's a different link for you. And for people that aren't a 1% member, the reason there is, it's like a migration link into this program. It won't work if you use it or I'd give it out. It's not about a discounted price. It's the same price. It's a migration path. So see Paul Thornton. All of you know him. See Paul Thornton if you're a 1%er. So I'm going to, okay, yes. The slides, there's PowerPoints, there's presentations, there's keynotes, there's contracts, there's training. We have our sales manager that's going to train. You've got our team. You've got our resources. What else? Mike Johnson said he's got a Beamer dealer that's sure he's above this market. eBay isn't. Okay, let's see. This could be adapted to Pinterest. Yeah, Mike, we'll look at that. It's a good idea. Let's see. Yeah, we could get Sid's voice, Scott Goodman, for a voiceover. That's actually a good idea. Let's see. We could do a British accent, but we don't have that right now. Let's see. Yeah, you can actually show stuff to the dealer. There's some presentations. There's some examples. We have some references you'll be able to use and leverage to make it easy to sell. Once again, I do suggest using the materials we have. It's already done. Why would you reinvent the wheel? And all members, if you want something, you come up with it. You know what? I'm going to tell you what happens. If you want something, you ask us. We'll have the team build it for you. There's no cost. We'll build it. You describe what you want. You send it to us. We'll have it build it custom for you. So, yes, you do pay a per dealership cost above this. And it varies between $100 and $300 depending on feature function. So at top end, you're paying $300 for a dealership. Guess what? You're going to charge that dealer. You're going to charge him $2,000. $2,000. That's top end. Now, a few of the people have actually charged more. That's okay. Sid, man, I'm dying. You got to read some of these. I'm literally losing it.
All right, let's see here. $200 software cost is our price or the dealer price. Actually, your cost is less than $200. Your cost would only be $150 on that. Let's see what else. This is a friggin' awesome, completely sellable no-brainer. I agree, Brent.
We agree, Brent. I couldn't agree more.
All right. Natasha's in. Okay, good. Sid soon to be sleeping on the tile floor with a St. Bernard. Dude, I got his hair cut. Maybe he won't have to sleep on the tile floor. Man, he looks so skinny and funny right now, but dude, I know he feels better, so that's all that matters.
Alex, I am done with everything else. I'm fully committed to this. You guys, we don't really want you to sign up. This is different than a call where everybody wants. As you notice, there are no bonuses. There's no stacking of bonuses. There's nothing like that. Your bonus is our software. It's being in the team, being part of the community, the family, and part of the group. Included in that is kind of coaching, mentoring, hand-holding, butt kicking, whatever you need. But if it doesn't make sense for you at this point, then I promise you, don't listen to any more Q&A.
Yep.
Hang up, and when you see our emails, be cool. Just hit delete. Don't say, Brian, quit sending them or anything like that. Just hit delete if it doesn't make sense.
Yep. Well, I see where Brian said, Brian, hold on a second. He said,
Brian Morrow.
He goes, so are we selling the dealer access to the software only? Essentially, it's that easy. That's exactly how easy it is because we're doing it all for you. It's all automated. Dude, honestly, with this right here, if you take on this business, this commitment for the next 60 to 90 days, and it's not even going to take that long, all right, and it doesn't work for you, you're meant to go work for somebody else. Just go work for somebody else and quit trying to run your own business because this is everything that everybody gets held up on. I look at the emails. I read everything everybody ever freaking writes.
Guys in our coaching group, people spending $2,500 a month. It's the same story.
If you don't have an LLC, get one tomorrow because you're going to need it when you start to cash these checks.
So, are all calls early morning U.S. East Coast? No. One call is before 12 noon on the East Coast. The other two are in the afternoon, Maria. Steve, is it U.S. and Canada based only? No. Total world. Les, I just need something I can learn quickly so I can make money now. I think this fits the fits that exactly. With music, yeah, Natasha, Sid dreamt that up. I cannot take credit for that at all. So Lewis, hey Lewis, would I want to do this work versus have them do it in-house? Let me tell you the answer there. You want to do it in general because I'm all about controlling from one easy-to-use dashboard and interface. Plus, you have Paul Thornton on our team, who's kind of like call him your liaison. When you have any questions, you don't have to put something into our tech support team. What you do first is go to Paul. He'll give you a little nudge if you need it in the right way, and he'll help you, right? Because it's about making you successful. Of course, we have support. We've got a whole team around it, but the idea is to make you successful. So, Lewis, if a dealer, Andrea asks, sometimes dealers are going to say, nah, we want to control that. We want to do it yourself. Fine. You give them self-service. I don't want to do that. I just want to pay somebody. Fine. You do it for them. You charge them more. So if you want to call dealers on the phone tomorrow, what would I do? I'd sign up tonight, and I would do the exact same pitch that we're going to give you, the same presentation we use Lou. One-liner. Give Lou a one-liner, Sid, for tomorrow when he calls dealers tomorrow.
How would you like to have autotrader.com results for a fraction of the cost? Boom. Doors open. How would you like to have custom-made videos with voiceovers for every single car on your lot right now? Boom. It's over. Let me tell you something else I did. If I have a salesman that wants to run it because the internet department's kicking his ass right now, the salesman goes, Sid, I want to run this. Only problem is at the bottom of every single vehicle they have in inventory, it has the number to the internet guy. The internet guy's killing me, man. He goes, I sold 30 cars a month. I'm selling 15 this month. I got a family to feed. What am I supposed to do? We can custom lay in a bottom third to cover up inventory phone numbers. It's insane, dude. We have no reason this ain't going to work. It's all the bases are covered. It's over. Forget about it. Mikowski, quit your freaking job.
All right, that's Brian Mikowski. He's a good buddy of ours in Sarasota. Patty Rukowski, guys, this is amazing. Absolutely. Sid, I need to get you the shirt sizes Patty sent me. Patty's coming to our live event next week. So You guys, it's sold out, or I'd invite you. We've got tickets for everybody on the team to go see Journey. Ruben Romero and his beautiful wife are going to sing Don't Stop Believing at the event. That is so new. Ruben doesn't even know it. Unbelievable, Ruben. I tell you. Cool as shit. I love that one. Genius. When can I start? You can start right now tonight. Brian Bukowski, yeah, I know it. I hate it. Worst thing ever. Friedman's busting our chops. That's how he operates. Let's see. About 100 people saying they're in. I've got six appointments tomorrow. Let's see. Total game changer. Yes in England. Yes. I'm afraid to ask. We answered the pricing. Constance, did I miss your question? Constance, will you ask it again because I don't see it? I'm sorry, Constance. It's not showing. Yep. Patty, when you retire, let us know. We'll send you the champagne. Probably one of our favorite people we've met. I'll send you. My brother just graduated from college the other day. I was in Mississippi this past weekend at Mississippi State. He was joining the Army as an Army lieutenant. So he doesn't really know much about champagne. Rebecca and I go out and we splurge, right, Patty? We get this $1,000 bottle of champagne to really celebrate a special moment. It was a Magnum, all this Dom Perignon, a liter, an ancient bottle. Boom. We have all this stuff, and I want to do that for everybody. Anybody quits their job, I'll send you champagne.
Hey, Lowell,
Where do you see it? Here it is.
He's local. I'll tell you what. How about this? How about if you buy, I'll walk in and close those Buford dealers for you.
Lowell Smoker, you're in Buford, Georgia, about 8 miles from Sid's house. You come on board, Sid will go with you to the dealership, and I promise not to go. No. That's the best promise you could ever get.
Welcome to 1%. That's the perks of 1%.
What else? Presentations and contracts. Robert Vance, see Paul Thornton, but we'll make sure you have it. Tom missed the first 30 minutes. What's the FITD strategy? Shoot. I don't remember what FITD is. All right, Tom, you got to tell me what it is. What's FITD? How does it – okay, great question from Sam F. How does the car info get into the software? We have people in India that type it all in manually. No, that is not it. It is all done based on what's called an XML feed or a data feed.
Every single dealer has one.
Every dealer in the country has one. Even dirt lot dealers have them. There is about 0.5% dealerships that don't have them, and they're usually so small you don't even want to go there anyway.
Yep.
All right. Oh, wow, this is a good question or a statement, and I want to take it. A lot of people would duck this, but I want to take it. David Bennett, and I know we don't know each other. I'm a little intimidated. This seems very advanced. Can someone with no auto experience do that?
Absolutely.
It's actually so bloody simple to use. The whole reason behind this is people were intimidated by SEO and social and rep and everything else. Mobile, David, what we did is we created a push-button software. Matter of fact, we'll do it like this for you, David. Paul will help you. I will help you. We'll help set it up for you. And then you're going to laugh at me when you're like, I'm glad you didn't charge me for coaching to set that up. It was so easy, David. The only thing that I want you to understand so that you're not intimidated is the mindset of the dealership. We go into that in the group calls. We take the best of what we train the automotive group on for over 2 years. We take Sid's 20-year background. Once you understand the mindset, the mentality, how to get past the gatekeeper, who to talk to and what to say, the rest of it is very, very easy.
Hey, have you ever, without trying to make this too confusing, so, have you ever been playing basketball in the gym and all the balls are kind of a little flat, right? And there's only one ball that has all the air and it's bouncing really good and everybody's kind of wanting to fight and play over and have that ball? When you walk into a dealership and let them know that you can post every single car on video, you've got that brand new basketball that everybody wants to play with. You've got that perfectly straight pull stick while everything else, looks like bananas up there. You've got the best toy in the toy box that everybody wants. It doesn't matter if you're intimidated. It doesn't matter if they don't like you. It doesn't matter if they're mean or ugly or scruffy or dirty. Whatever. It doesn't matter because they all want what you have. All you got to get out of your lips is, I can syndicate inventory with video.
All right. So. Next, Brad Dixon. Hey, Brad. Sid, why don't you take this one? I've seen the wholesale pricing. Is it different if you have 100 cars or 1,000?
No.
Good question, though, Brad. I got here a few minutes ago. Susan, that was a while back. Good. Let's see. Brian Mikowski said, I'm sending my resignation letter in right now. He just wants me to send him champagne, you guys. Somebody validate Mikowski's not trying to steal champagne from me. Let me see. Yeah, we'll have a cigar party in Atlanta. You know what? I've never smoked a cigarette in my life. Who's this? This is Les. And what button do I hit, Sid? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Where's it at? Oh, I can't do it.
What?
I was gonna we were gonna turn it into a hangout with. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Let's see if this bad boy.
Yeah. Press. No, there's a video camera that should be there.
Yeah, it's not showing. Okay. All right, we were gonna do a little live thing here. So yeah, you guys, this is the best offer ever, but don't buy it if you want an info product, please. Don't buy it if you want to buy something and quit in a week, or you're gonna give up on yourself. You have to. This is only for those of you, whether you know automotive or you don't, that wants to build a real business around something that every car dealership, new and used on the planet, needs,
Right.
and doesn't want to work with outsourcers and doesn't want to struggle by themselves to figure it out.
That's just the sexy part about it. I mean, here's the other part. You're in 1%. You're one of us now. You're with us. I'm going to support you. You get perks. I don't even want to go into the unlimited perks of 1%. All of our WSOs are free from that point on, right?
Everything's free.
Everything's free.
Why did we get rid of coaching? We got rid of coaching because we realized that we wanted to give so much value in 1% and it wasn't fair to the coaching members.
Right.
You know, we have 2 people in our coaching group right now. Ruben, who's one of our probably hold it by the hand, work with students. We do all kinds of stuff with him. He is almost an extension of our team. And we have somebody from another country that we work with every single day. But for everybody else, we don't think you need coaching. What you need is a community. You need support. You need something that you can do without actually trying to go to Endless Rise or other outsourcers. You need something you can run yourself or let the dealer run, something that computes the one missing link in everything is ROI, right? How do you prove that SEO is working? How do you prove about that social media? Well, we think we're pretty sure we know how to do it, and we think you're going to like it. No, these are not Colorado cigars. That was funny. Let's see. I'm worried about the price. We already talked about how cheap it was. How do you do lead gen for the product to dealerships? So, Dan, the whole concept is all these different sources, right, are front-end lead providers. So you syndicate the dealership's asset. Their asset is their inventory. You syndicate it multiple places automatically with button pushing. Literally, I'm not even kidding you guys. And everything is done for you. Custom tracking numbers, analytics on link clicks, every stat that the biggest jerkwad trying to bust your chops when you're in front of them would ever want. And when you answer those questions, they actually become a positive. They start to like you because that's all they really wanted was the data because their manager's busting their chops. You're able to give them the data. Can you generate cash within 2 months? Aubrey, if you can't, you should quit. But the answer should be to generate cash within 5 days. Actually, some of the guys in 3 days generated a lot of recurring cash. I'm not going to promise that. I can't talk about that. I mean, you can't make income claims and stuff. But the answer to your question fundamentally is yes. Let's see. Is there a URL in the presentation slide? Andrea, you should see it, I hope. Says you do. You know how that goes. Let's see.
Mike Johnson, hit up Paul Thornton. He's got a deal for you.
All right. I'm reading through them.
Here's a good thing here. So it's $99 for 1% plus $249. Nope, not today, Lou. It's $249 all inclusive.
It's everything. So you get 1%. You get the software. It's the new 1%.
Yep.
You don't have to do this. If you're happy in 1% where you're at and you're not selling this, then it's totally cool.
Yep.
Yeah, Ted, I feel like I'm blowing an artery. I tell you what. So, Mike Johnson, let's see. You guys, if you need to change your life, Alex and a bunch of others.
Keith Avery, we've heard a lot of people say that.
Yeah, Keith, I'm not going to talk about that one out loud, but, man, we got your back. We know who you are. Just hit us up when it makes sense, Keith. Alex, absolutely. Weekly meetings they've already started. It starts on Monday. Yeah, link in the chat box. That's such a good idea. Sorry, let's see, 906. Let me do this. I'm typing the link in the chat box. because we're actually really crappy internet marketers, you guys. Because, internet marketers who are trying to sell the heck out of somebody, they would have done that already. That's the link. It's in the chat box. You know if it's for you. There's still over 500 people here. If it's for you, great. If it's not, it's totally cool. You know if it makes sense. You know if you need a business that you can handle all the fulfillment, all the sales. You can have salespeople that bring in more deals if you want, but you can handle everything, and it's so valuable to the dealership. It's unbelievable.
Now, I don't know if we got actually a replay recording because it looks like it might have failed. So if anybody got a replay of this, please, if they recorded it, please reach out to me. That way we can have the replay. However, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, for 1% plus, we're limiting it to 100 people.
So about 1 out of every 10 of you on the call. There was roughly 1,000 at the beginning, just under 1 out of every 10. We already have 2%. We have 200-ish people in 1% right now.
We're putting 100 people into this.
And the reason why is we want to be able to give personalized support and treatment. We want a team.
And I don't want to saturate the market, to be honest. I want to go out there and sell a bunch of business. I don't want them to say that somebody's already talked to them.
So Jerry Gilbers, so there's not a deadline, but more than likely it'll fill up in about 5 days, 4 days maybe, based on past experience. Who makes the video of the cars? Brad Smith. That's based on the XML feed, the dealership feed. The pictures, at least 6, need to be in the feed. And those pictures are generated into a video, and then the voiceover maps to it. Let's see.
No, Terry, it's not $249 per dealer. It's $249 a month to be into the plan, and that allows you to resell the software.
Thank you. All right, let's see. Yes, you can do Canada. Yes, you can do UK. You guys, I would show the video and stuff, but right now the internet connection here is a little flaky. We'll get them and we'll show it to you. Well, maybe we'll put it in a replay or something. Let's see.
Keith Avery says, how soon can I get up to speed on this deal?
Tomorrow, tonight.
Tomorrow, Thursday?
Yeah.
Done.
So, yeah, we fly back to Atlanta from Las Vegas. We met with a few people out here yesterday. Today's a little bit of work, a little bit of play. Tomorrow's flying back. So Thursday would be a great deal, Keith.
Mary, good question.
Oh, Mary Sloan,
Yep.
Our favorite nurse. Hey, Mary. So let's talk about this.
We actually had to find elite people, and there was not many in the world or in the country that could do it, that could actually go in and get around Craigslist posting guidelines in order to post those back when we were charging $750 a month for this. Now it's all above board. We're Craigslist compliant. We're Craigslist certified reseller. We're all above board on everything. So we're able to do it at a much, much, much lower automated
What that means is before Craigslist tolerated people posting their inventory, and then they got mad at people posting them multiple times,
right.
And then they changed the rules, and they did the best thing that we, at first it was the worst thing ever,
yep.
And then we realized it was the best thing ever. Because they started charging.
The lead quality went out of this roof.
Now there's no issues with ghosting, with flagging.
There is no ghosting.
All those things. It's gone. It's gone, guys.
You can't flag it. It will not be flagged.
All right, let's see.
I'm telling you straight up right now, I would not sell this as a Craigslist software. I would sell this as a YouTube inventory syndication.
It's all about video syndication. And
I
by the way.
And I would include Backpage, Twitter, Facebook, eBay, Craigslist. What do you mean other people are charging for that? No way.
Don't pay for that. Hey, you get that for free with me, and you get the missing link that you need.
Hey, by the way, you know what? Dave's right. We've been telling everybody it's $249. I didn't want to do a 7. It drove me.
Oh yeah, yeah. Thanks, Dave. Yeah, we decided that we hate the whole 7 thing, so I'm sorry. It was $249, not 7. You guys. Sid will send you $2 bills for everybody that asks him. All right, Tim. Good question, Tim McGarvey. Okay, so Tim said, I've never sold anything to a car dealer, and I really struggle with making sales. Walking in cold sounds terrifying. You know what? I think Andrea Chin would tell you that it was. I think Ruben would. I think Todd Friedman. Lots of people would tell you. And you do not want to actually be in a room when Andrea Chin is selling you. She's a machine. I got to be honest. the way that you get over that is by being in a group, and you become trained and skilled, and you get educated and you get comfortable. Familiarity breeds is the solution to that, Tim.
We'll show you some ninja prospecting tactics. I'll show you some stuff that just plain works when you walk in. If anybody, there's several of you that after you've been with me and walked in dealerships before, I can tell you, what I tell you is real. It's the way it goes down. It's the way it works. I'll share all that with you on some of these strategy calls. I'll show you how to get past the gatekeeper. I'll show you how to never even get stopped by the gatekeeper one time in a car dealership, ever.
You can break this down by selling in sections. You could break it down by listing everything the dealer gets and going like this, Tim. Mike Johnson said it. You break it all down and say, hey, Sid Michael, now what do you think that's worth? And you know what? You break down everything you're going to do for them because they need this. At the end of the day, they need something very, very ROI-based. They need to be able to quantify the value they're getting for their money.
Yep.
And once you can do that, you're their best friend ever. And I know $2,000 sounds like a lot of money. I promise you, I have a proposal on my computer, open in Word right now for another dealership. We're hitting them at $12,500. Actually, we came up with 562 or something crazy. We're not even blinking at it. Promise. Sales letter, email, yeah, we'll talk about that, Dan. How many videos max per month per dealership? That's Courtney. Unlimited, Courtney. Neil, I love this. I'm in shock. I must go get oxygen. Neil Fryer, I love it. No, Eric Little, for $2,000 a month when you charge a dealer, the dealer would then pay, they would pay the Craigslist cost for the Craigslist portion. So if they do 100 Craigslist, they would pay that additional fee. This is nothing. These guys are paying quadruple, quintuple that. So don't let that – get educated on that before you go in so that you don't have fear around that point. And we'll burn it into your heads. Charlie, we hope there's going to be a replay. This will be available, Brent, until we fill the 100 seats. And actually, I guess I should check it. We may have already done that.
No, I'm counting right now.
Okay, thanks. I locked down an independent for an appointment on this when I get back from Atlanta. Outstanding. That's Todd. 3 people are trying to pay me to stop Todd from selling any more dealerships, so I actually may accept that. Is there a minimum number of cars suggested for this software? No minimum number, really, Courtney. Starts immediately. John, you could be working on it tomorrow. I want to do this, but I can't start until July. Yeah, hit us up. I mean, look, we want to have 100 people in. If we have 100 and we can take 10 in July, then we'll take them.
We have 68, but the reason why I was miscounting, this is funny as crap, man. Dude, we sold 12 of them before we even dropped the link because you accidentally showed the damn link.
Dude, shut up.
I'm serious.
All right. So, my fault. But, yeah, so this will be gone in 2 days at that pace. So what about breaking down? Yeah, we talked about that. Training starts. We do Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays. There'll be a call on Thursday. Aubrey, can we customize the videos with dealer logos, Sid?
Yeah, yes. In fact, you can even customize what backgrounds you want on each one of the landing pages. You get a choice of about 10 or 12 different backgrounds to the landing page. Dude, everything's customizable. Dude, I'm customizing it where it doesn't even look like a dealership. I'm customizing it for Nick Schofield at Lusab Honda personally. It's not even going to say Lusab Honda. It's going to be Nick Schofield.
Ray Moore, yes.
One more thing real quick. By the way, I got 2 dealers.
Oh, yeah, this is the best thing ever.
I've got 2 dealers right now. Guess what they are going to be for us? I said us, not me. How many times have you asked somebody for a reference?
Jesus, please not again.
How many times you said, man, I need a reference, man. They just want to know that I can do reputation. Can you just, call your client and have them say this? And dude, we're all under inventorysyndication.com. Guess who all has 2 references out of the gate? You. You all have references. They're all willing to answer the phone and tell your dealer how great you are. Tell your dealer how well they've done with our test that we're already running with them. It's over. It's it. Come up with something. Give me a legitimate reason that we haven't covered here. I want to hear something. Give me an excuse this doesn't work.
The best one I'm getting is Pinterest. You're right. I will figure that out, Dave Miles. I think it's a very good idea. We can easily figure a way to do that. How long does it take to set a dealer up? Hey, Paul, are you on the line, man? Paul Thornton?
Yeah, because Paul can then also talk about the dead cost because we gave him wholesale.
Yeah, Paul.
Yes, Paul sir, Thornton. I'm here.
Hey, how long does it take to set up one of the dealers when you onboard somebody?
Here's how it works. I send them an Excel spreadsheet that asks for certain information that we need to put within the software and the dealer to find out who the data feed is coming from. It has been taking anywhere from 36 to 48 hours to get that data feed. Once we get the data feed, we create the YouTube channel, and then it takes about 36 hours for those videos to start posting. If they want to use their own YouTube channel, they can, but we'll have to set it up our way first. So roughly 3 days from the day I put them in the system and ask for the data feed to when they can be in there looking at cars and doing manual post to Craigslist, or let it automate the post to Craigslist, and the videos will start shortly thereafter.
All right. Next question for you. I'm going to rattle stuff off at you.
Sure.
Break down. Give me the wholesale cost that we're giving everybody if they do the whole suite. What's the cost they pay, and does that limit how many cars they can post?
Okay. Answer number 2 is no. There's no limit on how many posts. It just the software with the video production itself requires time, and it does one video at a time. So if it has 6 pictures per data feed, those will produce more videos faster. If it has up to 24, Sid was actually, he said 16, but it's actually up to 24 pictures can go into the video, and that just takes longer to produce the video. So from the time it starts in the day, it can do 20 to 25 if it's got that 16 to 24 pictures in the data feed. It can do up to 50 videos a day if it's only got 6 pictures per video. And then it will do the whole data feed each day until it gets them all up there, and then new ones excuse me, when new video or new cars come into the data feed, it immediately picks those up and starts making videos for those. And then another cool thing that you didn't mention,
Yep, go ahead.
If they want, because some dealers don't like calls on old inventory, when it comes out of the data feed, our system will go into that YouTube account and remove that video.
Yeah, you know how many times people ask me that, and I would duck that question like you wouldn't.
Exactly, because you don't want to have to go do it manually and go, I don't know which one's out of inventory. So as soon as it comes out of data feed, it'll take about 24 hours, and it comes out of the YouTube channel.
Let me ask you this, Paul. If somebody macked out a dealership with every bell and whistle in the software, what are we going to charge them for that dealership fulfillment-wise?
Okay, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter.
Whole thing, yeah, just net it out for them. The whole enchilada.
It is $500 for all of it, and if they want us to do the posting, it's another $1 per vehicle, plus the Craigslist budget, of course.
So when you say us do the posting, explain what that means. Does that mean that?
That means the rep doesn't even have to touch it. Even though I'm suggesting to everybody there's so much automation in this, and it can go post every 30 minutes or post.
Start over. All right. So what we used to charge $750 for, which is just Craigslist.
How much is that?
How much is just Craigslist and Backpage?
Well, actually, yeah, we don't have just a Craigslist of this. They also have to take Backpage, and it is $150. $150 plus the Craigslist budget.
I think the audio went bad. You mean how much? 100? How much? That would be $600 less than it was before, and you're getting Backpage. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
All right, so that was for Mary Sloan. I'm just trying to make sure I answer everybody's questions. So
now, there is a caveat. If they would just only want Craigslist because it's such a tiny little dealership and that's all they think they can handle, that is $125 plus $1 post plus the Craigslist budget. And they can just have that. But that I wouldn't even sell that if I were you guys. That's just for those who must.
All right, I'm not gonna. Let's see.
All right, so how much is the? I know that this comes in a package too. How much is the Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube videos?
Okay, you want me to do them? Well, it's all one package. We call it the social media.
Yeah, we know it's one package. Just what's that price?
Social media package is $150.
Hold on, I'm sorry. I think our audio went bad again. There must have been a problem. So
I'm going to call Caesars and get y'all some help up there.
We must do something. So you need to tell me
1076 Roman Tower, please.
You need to tell me on so to get Facebook, Twitter, all the YouTube custom voiceover videos, and Craigslist, and Facebook, and Backpage. Total cost is what?
$150. And I'll tell you right now,
is there a cost per video?
Plus Craigslist and Backpage, which is also $150, right? So the
correct.
total cost for all that is $300. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right. I'm going to hit you with another question, right?
Yep.
So that $300, I'm asking you as Paul Thornton, local marketer, what are you selling a dealership in Birmingham for? Straight up. I don't want to influence you. What would you charge in Birmingham?
That to me would be led with the YouTube video, but it'd be $1,200 to $1,500 at a minimum. I'm saying up to $2,000 is what I'm telling everybody, but $1,200 to $1,500, nobody's going to undercut me.
Ever.
Yeah,
Barack
and then I become like their utility bill. They have to pay me because they want those YouTube videos. I become the utility company. They're gonna always pay me. They'll cut down on their Auto Trader budget before they want to get rid of these videos.
At the end of the day, hey, great question from Tim. Paul, will our software run on Mac and PC, or is it just PC?
Web-based, baby. Give you login information. Give you a
Yeah,
demo
Tim,
account.
It's software as a service. It's completely browser-based. You sign up tonight, Tom Burlington. Hey, Dr. Tom. When you sign up, you get how fast can they be up and running, Paul Thornton?
I can have the demo account as soon as I get their information. When they give me the dealer data feed company, it takes anywhere from 24 to 48 hours is what the time has been.
How fast can Tom have a demo account and just goof around in the software and look at it himself?
Here's what I promise everybody. I won't go to sleep tonight before I have everybody's demo account who asked me for it.
Oh.
They could have it tonight.
Oh, somebody write that down.
Well, I already know I have
this.
a few people in, so I'm kind of cheating there a little bit.
All right. The dealership will be taking their own pictures to submit. Is that correct? Jerry's asking. Jerry, not exactly. The dealership has what's called a feed. The feed references pictures they already have. We take the information, the URL information of the pictures right out of the feed and build the video and the voiceover automatically. That's kind of how it works.
The people who take the pictures tend to provide the data feed.
Correct. How easy is it to rank YouTube videos? You know what? We'll take that one offline, but I would say the answer is very easy. When you make it a long-tail phrase, Courtney, like 2011 Hyundai Sonata GL, it's pretty easy to rank it. If you make it Hyundai
Greensville, North Carolina.
Yep. Wait a minute. Say it again.
In Greensville, North Carolina, so you're doing geo-based targeting.
Yep.
That's even easier to rank.
Yeah.
All right. How many dealerships in one? Oh, I love this question. This is probably the one thing we didn't mention. Ricardo should get a prize. So, Paul, we got to dream up a prize for Ricardo James. How many dealerships in one city would you recommend working with?
All of them.
Thank you. Because you're working with their inventory. You're not optimizing them, number one, for a phrase. You're working with their specific inventory. So you don't have to sweat that at all. You can work with 8, 10, 15, 20. It doesn't matter. John Myers, if you bought our other inventory marketing system, we've already rolled you over to this. So if you're on that, if you're in our automotive strategies course, you got the best foundation to success that you could ever have. It is by no means obsolete. This is, in essence, the evolution of automotive strategies. We came up with the one missing link is we needed a done-for-you software-based system that automates the whole process, that has fully trackable ROI, call tracking by the vehicle, multiple sources of syndication. This is the evolution. I'm a newbie. How long would you guess from today to my first sale? No experience with dealers. I would honestly, it depends on, are you willing to put yourself out there, and are you willing to go to work? I would say within 30 days, Tim. I'm not going to give you some BS answer of tomorrow or something like that. I would think within a month, but you have to be willing to get up to speed, attend a few calls, and put yourself out of your comfort zone. If you're willing to do that, the software will give you the wow factor that you don't need to be an expert to get. Yeah, if you have a business partner, you can do it together. Bob Santoro. Paul, Larry Miller just said, guys, what's our irresistible offer to get their attention? What's the one thing out of the whole software suite that blows them away?
YouTube.
Sid's chanting in the
Video.
background, Larry.
Sid.
YouTube is
They
unbelievable.
don't have that solution right now.
Larry,
They don't
I have a
have the
dealership. I turned down $1,500 a month from a dealer begging me to take it because I didn't know how to do the videos. I turned them down.
Let me ask a quick question. What do you sell a landing page to a client, to a local client? How much? How much do you sell a landing page to a local client? Give me some responses real quick so I can see. 200, 250, $275.
400. 750.
$750. So when you walk into a dealer that has over 250 cars in stock, that's a small to average store, and you tell them you're about to build them 250 personal custom landing pages for each and every car, and you're used to charging 250, 200, 400, 750 a landing page, and you're about to build them 250. Come on.
It's actually a little bit better than that, Sid. I don't know if you've even seen it. It actually builds them a complete searchable inventory mobilized. So it's
Right.
The landing pages are all within a system that once they're there, then they can start searching for other vehicles within their inventory instead of searching Auto Trader for other people's inventory.
All right, I'm gonna move to the next one, Paul.
Tell Paulie to explain what the 4 to 7 other websites are.
What is the 4 to 7 other websites? We didn't even talk about it really today, Paul,
Okay.
because it's hard to put it all into one call.
There's so much, exactly. Here's another feature that you can do for $50 add-on. Our system will now, this software will become its own data feed provider. So if they want to feed to Auto Trader, we can do it. If they want you to feed to cars.com, we can do it. If they have one in particular they want us to feed to, we can add it to the back end hardwired into the software. As long as they have, if it's a paid account, they'll have to pay for that account, and they need login information. But we could become their data feed provider, so they don't have to call dealer specialty, which is a pain, and they can do it right from. They can give it whoever they want to their data feed. Because that's one of our biggest issues is that 24 to 48 hours is waiting for the dealer feed company to give us the data feed. Now we have access to it. We can give it to whoever we want to.
Hey, so I wonder when somebody comes in and they start using you as their data feed company and they start using you to syndicate all their inventory over all these websites, I wonder how much they would trust you after that point to sell them anything additionally.
It's the utility company, baby.
What Paul's talking about is he wants to become one of the most important things, most important bills they pay every month, like the electric or their water or their phone and internet at a dealership, right? That's it. So, Mark Casey, I'm selling right now. I'm contracted not to compete. Mark, partner with somebody. I don't want to read your whole thing. I just kind of read it. I can't read this one out loud. It wouldn't be right for him.
Okay.
Yeah, Mark, hit us up, man. Maybe we can figure something out for you, Mark Casey. Paul, yeah, you guys, the presentation stuff's sitting on my machine. I'll get it. I'll get it for you. Let's see. And Paul, I think I might have sent it to you already. I just did a proposal with this today myself.
It may be in my inbox. I hadn't been over there since we were.
Yeah, I'll make sure you have it. Let's see. Yeah, you know what, you guys, when you get in the door with this and it's fully automated and you're already good at SEO or you're good at reputation or whatever it may be, and you're a trusted provider providing stats, analytics, and results and selling cars, it's pretty easy to upsell them on one of your other services. I mean, really easy.
I mean, the analytics are crazy to me because now we know exactly which Craigslist ad produced a call or a click. We know exactly which back page ad produced a call or a click. Anywhere we post anything gets its own unique landing or information, so we can pull it right back in the system, and it tells the phone calls, it tells the email forms filled out, it tells the app filled out, and they can even put their app to their own credit app if they want, but it has a nice built-in one, so it stays within the system. A credit app.
Okay, so yes, we'll give you some scripts on what to say. There's a few of those. Let's see. Yes, if you actually are totally new to this and know nothing, yes, you can do this because the only thing you need to be successful is an open mind and the ability to attend our training calls. You don't need to know SEO. You don't need to know social media. The software is so bloody simple. Really what you need to pick up on the training is some of the verbiage, Kenneth, on what to say. And once you get that down, it doesn't matter whether you're new or not. Yep, phone scripts, yes. All right. All right, here's a good question from Lowell. Are you going to sell to the GSM, to the general manager, the owner? Who are you going to sell to? What do you think, Paul?
I would say a used car manager or the GM would be the
Okay.
easiest sales.
I'm probably right there
GM for
with.
sure can make the decision. A used car manager, once he sees it, will convince the GM for you.
Paul, will you put the migration link for existing 1%ers in the Facebook group for them?
It is pinned to the top as we speak. I already did.
Yeah, Lou Silva, he'll take care of that. Is the inventory input automated, Steve? Yes. Wow. Patty blew off the Cubs-Yankees game tonight. She was going to the game to stay home and listen. I'm glad you're here, and she said she's glad. Let's see. Yeah, Dan Hollister, you're covered. I won't read your question out loud, but you're covered.
I don't know if you guys know this, Brian has said, but this also works for dealer fees from RV companies and motorcycle dealerships.
Yeah.
So we can do them also.
Well, I didn't know that, and thank you. Yeah, John Myers, hit us up, John Myers. Your question, you said you almost paid $1,000. Hit us up, we'll take care of you. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but either reach out to me or Sid or Paul, and we'll help you. We answered the setup questions. Oh, foot in the door. Thanks, guys. Absolutely foot in the door. FITD from earlier. Yes, you can sell this product without visiting the showroom. Yes. It's, you know what, straight up and Ed, it's really not too good to be true. It's just, in our mind, it's the missing link on taking away the complexity of fulfillment with something that everybody needs, quantifying the results with the reporting you need to actually keep a client. That's all it is. It's not amazing. It's not. There's no mystery. At the end of the day, you guys get what it's doing. The difference is you don't have to manually do it all. There's no inputting. It's button pushing, and it's once you get the feed, once the feed's set up, this gets really, really, really easy. Oh, hey, for Natasha, Sid, do you want to give the pitch about Auto Trader? She wanted to hear your pitch again.
How would you like inventory or Auto Trader results?
So, Natasha, Sid says, how would you like Auto Trader-like results at a fraction of the cost? You know, those guys charge $9,000, $10,000, $12,000 a month. So the premise is you're going to generate large volumes of calls. Paul, we were generating 300-400 calls a month just using Craigslist. We've taken that up 5x.
Yes.
Mary Sloan, you promised me this will work in Canada. Mary, hit up Paul, but yes, it does work in Canada.
But it does work everywhere else, and they get YouTube just like we get it down here.
Yep. So, do RV dealers, Clarence, yes, to your question. Tom Burlington, yeah, you're good, Tom. Let's see, Dan. Yes, it's the XML data feed is the same in the U.S. and in Canada, guys. Yes, the program is fully ready now. The software wasn't built yesterday or anything like that. It's completely ready to go. You could buy tonight. You could be using it tonight. You could be using it as fast as Paul keeps up with that crazy promise he made. Let's see, David Good. Let's see. All right, Glenn. I'm gonna answer this one again. It's a good question. I'm gonna answer this. We're getting near the end of Q&A, you guys, but there's a lot of good questions, and this isn't an information marketing offer. This is an offer for those of you running your own agencies or wanting to become the glue that allows you to generate high-volume deals. This isn't an info product. This is a software suite to take inventory, right, motorcycle, RV, car dealership, and automatically syndicate it out to multiple places, doing all the fulfillment for you, push button. That's the fulfillment side. You still have to do the sales side. I wish that we could come up with a button you can push to sell clients. But we promise, I can attest to it. I know Paul and many others can. Between Sid and the rest of the team, myself, Paul, everybody else, you will have a baseline level of knowledge to be successful. If you take action, I hate to say that, but if you actually get out of your comfort zone, like you heard me say earlier, you will get results. All right, so would you charge a setup fee? It's up to you on that one, Mona.
But we don't charge you one.
We don't charge you one. It's an easy moneymaker if you wanted to do it.
Hey, by the way, don't forget to tell them every bit of the phone tracking and all that stuff is included.
Yeah, there's no upcharge for the tracking. For those of you that don't have or that don't want to pay for call tracking, it's all included. We eat it.
And let me explain that a little bit if I can, Brian.
Go ahead. Yep.
Call tracking, what happens is they get one number per account, and then they get extensions. Now, if the person who's calling out a card does not use the extension, we just don't get. There's money made. So it's for
Guys, he's in. Just said charging a dealer $19.95 for automotive syndication. What size dealership? This is from the heart. Sid and I just closed a dealership, $2,000 a month in a town of roughly 4,500 people in Nowheresville, Georgia. So whether you get 1,500 or 3,000, it's not as much about the size of the dealership. It's about you showing value. It's all about value over price. Once you show them the value of everything you're doing and they understand it, they can be a little dealership, they could be a used car dealership on a dirt lot, or they could be that mega dealership by the mall. That part's on you, and we're going to help you. I predict, honestly, you will give it away less than you need to at first, and you will get better on your. And Gary, shoot me that in an email with your address. That's Gary Perrott, yeah. Yeah, all right. I'm not even touching that. Yeah, Cassandra, we have like 3 or 4 1% boot camp tickets left. I jacked the price up because I already bought the concert tickets, and honestly, I have to go and buy more. If you guys want to come and you want to do the live event, see Paul. He can help you. But any of you, whether you're on board today or you decide to join in the future, we're glad to have you at the event. So let's see. Does the dealership provide the photos? Once again, the photos and everything are driven out of their inventory feed. So, Tom, they already have that. All right, there is how many? There's 20 left. All right. How long does it take to set up a dealer? Now, we answered that in detail. All right, here's a good question from Aubrey L. How much time might it take per week to land 1 or 2 dealers a month? All right, I'm going to give an opinion, then I'll let Paul give an opinion. If you go on 8 calls, if you visit 8 dealers at an average of 30, let's say an hour. Let's say you spend 8 hours a month, you visit 8 dealers, and you close, let's say you close 2.
I'm going to tell you right now, on a full working day, 8 to 10 hours a day, you can see between 8 and 12 dealers.
Yeah, in one business day, looking at Todd Friedman's call schedule and looking at other guys, Shipman and the team, you can do 8 to 12 dealers in one day. If you visit 8 to 10 dealers, you will likely close 2 on a minimum. So, Natasha wants to chat with you, Sid. Let's see. Have they heard about this many times from other salespeople? No, we just actually talked about it to our elite group a few days ago, and no one but you guys have really ever heard this. This isn't going to be a road show or any kind of webinar circuit. This isn't an information marketing product. This is a software solution to power your agency. If you're sick of fulfillment struggles and you're sick
to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Craigslist with an additional $5 budget per post because of the way they're set up, Backpage, eBay Classified, eBay Motors, if they're running auctions, they can run all their auctions from within one platform now and not have to bounce around between them. And they get all the contact information of everybody who was bidding. So then they can say, oh, I sold that one, but I have another Ford Mustang for sale. Would you like to buy this one? It also gets syndicated to whoever they tell us to if they want us to export the data for them. Say it's AutoTrader, say it's Cars.com, whoever those are, and any additions that they want to add into the system. That's the bulk of them.
Okay, good. Let me see. Can you put the direct link in the box? Can't get my browser to load your page. That was Ken. Ken, let me see what I can do, and I will answer your... Ken, I just answered to you, and it's in the chat box as well, Ken. All right, can we go over tracking? Joseph, I think we just did that. You asked it before we did. Yes, per rooftop. You want to you want to charge per... This is how you do it, Jerry. You want to charge per feed, per dealership feed.
Yes.
Makes it easy. Yes, every car gets a tracking number, Gary. Danny, hey Danny. I'm gonna do this for Danny and a few others, even though I'm losing my voice. Hang on one sec, y'all. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna go back. So yes, 1% plus. You get the Monday morning sales meeting. You get what we call the ahead of the curve call. It's our Thursday business strategy call. You get detailed product and sales training calls. We'll probably do at least one a week out of the gate until you guys say no more. You get our elite Facebook mastermind, which is literally all winners. Everybody in there is a winner, and I don't say that lightly. Everybody in most of our groups are pretty damn good. This group, the reason I say they're winners is they're out building their business, landing clients literally every day. You get wholesale access to our automated software solution. So, Danny, this is our fully automated automotive inventory syndication suite. So let me do this, Danny, for you. Let me show you. Let's see. I think I have a slide. This is kind of funny. Sid made it, so I'm showing it. You're gonna syndicate their inventory to YouTube, to Facebook, to eBay, to Craigslist, individual landing pages. You're gonna have all this, right? You're gonna also, yeah, you have all this marketing material also, Danny. We put together a lot of high-end stuff. Where is that graphic? So at the end of the day, a dealership's thinking, what do I do? How do I generate calls? It's like Local Lead Driver, but customized for automotive with fulfillment done for you inside a software suite. Craigslist, yeah, we got that. eBay, yeah, we got classifieds and we got auction, eBay Motors. Backpage, yeah, we do that. Facebook, yep. Twitter, you got it. YouTube, yep. So all we do is take all their inventory and put it everywhere with tracking numbers that quantifies the amount of calls they get. So no one goes, Joseph, I don't think this is working anymore. I'm going to have to cut it. You're like, well, you got 197 calls last week. That's fine. What day do you want me to turn off your phone calls, right? You're not gonna run into that. You will not happen. The one thing we had to solve was how did we do this in a way? How did we do it in a way that the fulfillment was handled, right? How did we do it in a way fulfillment was handled as well as the tracking ROI standpoint in a way that the customers are happy, and that's what we solved. So,
hey, Brian, I got an addition to that.
Go ahead.
You maybe hear something. I'm sitting outside. Sorry, but what about with the problem that you had with one of your sites over December? You start running RTB ads to your mobile landing pages, so it's trackable, and your SEO could be run. Instead of linking right to their site, you can link to these mobile landing pages, so it goes to that phone number. So now all your work becomes trackable through these tracking pages, landing pages.
Yeah, it's. Whew.
Yeah.
No. Wow. I'm trying to answer it. How much work on my end is there after it's sold? Good question. That was Danny. Paul, answer that one. After the dealer's set up, they're sold. They're paying Danny, let's say $2,000 a month for argument's sake, right? How much work does Danny have to do every day, every week?
He can set it up once he has the initial conversation about the Craigslist specific how they want it to work in their budget.
Yeah, let's say all that's addressed, all the setup's done, Danny gets it started. How much time does he spend on it every day? Is it 2 hours a day a dealer?
No, he goes into another dealership and starts selling. He can go talk about reporting at the end of the month and say, this is what we did for you, but the system's doing all the work in the background.
That's right. So, Danny, it's a rah-rah call once a month where you brag about all the cool stuff you're doing.
Yep.
That's the honest answer to that.
That is. And I didn't believe it until I got in there and started playing with it last week or two, and that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, Justin, the 1% is still there, yes. Tony Joseph, our favorite Google engineer, said he just quit his job at Google, guys, if you didn't know. But I quit my job before it was chic. So, Tony, we hear you. Cassandra, talk to Paul Thornton. He'll take care of you, Cassandra McMurphy. Alex, for sure, if you need anything, talk to us. There's no squeeze. There's no pressure. Look, we're going to do 100 seats. It looks like we're basically there. There's literally less than 20. We'll open it back up once we feel comfortable that we can deliver service to all 100 and take on 10 or 20 more. That's called doing right by our customers. Yes, Maria, reach out to Paul Thornton. If the dealership has data feeds, Maria, which they do in Australia, I'm 99% sure. It's the same thing. We can't really stop right now to get into that, but we'd be glad to help you offline. All right,
Brian, I got to read something real quick.
Yeah,
I just got a text from somebody. One of the guys that I've been talking to about this, he just sent me a text that said, if I spent 30 days in every major market with a syndicated golf shirt and a strong PDF with real data and references, and knocking on doors, I believe I could close a minimum of 10 every 30 days at $26.90 a copy times 120 because he's going to do it in that many cities. $298,000 per month would work fine for me. That's exactly what we're talking about. If you're willing to commit to it and go knock on those doors, you can close them. On the video side, it's going to close itself. It's going to close itself. Brian and Sid have been talking for 2 hours. I told everybody in the 1% group that I would stay until every question was answered. So if they want to go, I will stay. We'll stop the recording, and I'll answer questions. But
yeah, I'm tempted. You guys, I'm dying. We skipped lunch today. I like to tell you because we were working, but I was figuring out the best strategy on the planet to lose in roulette, blackjack, and poker. And I am a master. If you want to know the fastest way, literally the fastest way to lose $100 on any of those games, I can teach it. For free, just let me know and we'll talk about it. All right, Bob, yes, the local internet loophole multilingual stuff is just as effective. The difference is that is our strategy and our ranking strategy around multiple languages. This is our software system. Unfortunately, we are not talented enough to build in all the different languages as of today. It is English only today. Let's see. Paul, you're an organizer. Do you have control? Hey, you guys.
I am an organizer.
Justin West, thank you very much. That was very nice of you. Let's see. All right. You know what? Anything else that you guys need from Sid or I? Otherwise, we're gonna turn this over to Paul, and I have a feeling the 100 spots will be gone by the time he's done. Sid, are you cool if we? Man, I've never done that actually. You guys, in 5 years, I've never walked away from a webinar really while it was running.
Dude, you were here 2 hours. What else? It was a promise I made, so I wanted to uphold my promise to the 1% group.
Okay. All right. Sid, man, I'm going to turn the volume down in the room. And, guys, let me see if there's any other questions for us. I will, man. Thanks, Justin. Hey, Sid, remind me to put $50 on 22 black roulette tonight.
Always bet on black, baby.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's – all right. No, I'm not going to say all that out loud. But, okay, you guys. Okay. I'm going to walk away. Hey, Paul, it's all you. And can you control the – I wonder if you can control the
I've
slide.
got the screen. I can't – you can make me present it, but I don't have – no, I can't control slides from your end. So I may jump into the software if they want to see it.
Why don't I do that, man? Why don't I make you presenter?
Okay.
And you have the link. The link's in the chat box.
Yep.
God, I can't believe I'm doing this. This is called trust. All right, Paul Thornton is now presenter. And
hi, guys. let me get on the right screen before I
Share
show
your
my screen. And I will, hang on one second. Okay, show my screen. There it is. Can everybody see my screen now?
I don't yet, Paul. Hang on.
Let me see, try this. Show my screen. Did I just
I
pause
see it.
Or-
I think I see it
paused
now.
It should have 3 cars on it.
Yep. Use vehicle with photos. Is that it?
Use vehicle with photos. That's the demo account I set up for everybody.
Okay. All right. What I'm gonna do. Control and yeah, your organizer. I think. Dude,
I'm going to stop
Okay.
the internal recording because it gets to 2 hours and they start to go freaky. So I'm going to stop that.
All
And then
right.
we'll just talk, guys, and I'll answer questions starting from the time Brian leaves. I'm not going to go back into the chat box further into time. Okay. Good night, guys. Good night, Brian. Please show the software. I'm going to do that. Yep. Seeing it now. I see 3 cars. Yes, that's what we need. The PowerPoints, Brian and Sid got them before I did so they could use them tonight. I will probably have them in my inbox soon, and I will post them as soon as we can. Hang on, I'm going to open up the chat or my question box a little bit better so I can see stuff. All right. Audience question. Appointment soon where there'll be a replay of this. We may have lost a little bit of it, but we'll have most of it replayed. If not, I'll be able to answer questions. I'll give you my cell phone if you have an appointment to help you. I've told other people in the 1% group this, that if you were in a dealership and you need to call me about features of the software, I will go over that with everybody that I can. If I get 2 calls at once, I have to answer the first one first. So, partner in U.S., not trained in sales, wants to learn. That'll have to be a Brian Sid question. Audience, Todd has not sold out the whole Northeast, even though he wishes he had. Okay, let's jump into software and I'll kind of show you what it does. Okay, wholesale pricing first. Let me bring that up and see if y'all see that. Can everybody see that? Move the question box, sorry. They are sold in modules. You're basically getting a license per data feed per module is how the structure works on the back end. The $249 a month we've been talking about is for the training and access to be able to sell the software. Now here's what you will pay per dealership. $150 for, this is called our social media module, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Then we have the Craigslist and Backpage module. Landing pages and text tracking numbers included with extensions with each module. eBay and eBay Motors. And if they don't use eBay Motors, and it may be because it's too difficult for them to do, you will now make it easy for them for a mere $150 a month. The syndication is 4 to 7 sites. It comes with landing pages and the tracking system as well. If they have other sites they want to syndicate to, we can now, this basically allows our software to become their data feed provider once we have the data feed. And then on the very end, if they want all hands-free and you want all hands-free, it's a $125 plus $1 post. That is your wholesale pricing. You add to that number, make as much money as you can or want. What do I need to learn to make calls tomorrow? You would want to understand the pricing and then understand that you can make automated YouTube videos and talk about the video first. Get comfortable with that because nobody's in there talking to the dealerships about video right now. They're all talking about it, but they're talking about it per each video. going in and doing a Animoto video and charging $25 a piece for it. You can make 20 videos in a day now. So it posts it up to YouTube for you, and if the data feed shows that the car is out of inventory, now it goes and pulls it out. It will stay in there if they want it to, but a lot of dealers don't like calls on old inventory, so now we can go fix that. Craigslist posts, they come down after 30 days. Backpage comes down after 30 days. eBay, all that comes down after 30 days, but YouTube videos stay forever. So this allows us to now go get that. Once we're signed up, are we allowed to start using the Automotive Syndication logo and other stuff? Yes, you are. You are now one of our, call it strategic partners, call it whatever you want to. You are now part of AMA Family's AutomotiveStrategy.com. You can even have shirts made if you want. All meetings are taped, and Bill Schrader, the current 1% group has been going on since last, I think we started in September of last year finally. And you will get access to all those calls going up currently. We've got the Monday morning calls, I think, started in November. It originally was just 1 call a week. It went to 2 calls a week. So they keep adding value. That Brian and Sid are top notch. If we see it needs something else, they'll go find it and add it, and we'll keep moving forward. Facebook blocked me from joining groups. Well, you shouldn't have been being that guy. I'm joking, Brian. I don't know what to say about that. That's a Facebook problem that I can't solve. I can go look within our groups and see if you've been blocked by our group, and if you have, we can work it out. Just don't be a spammer. That's probably why most people get blocked, is my guess. I'm interested in tracking on the software, or interested in the tracking. The tracking, let me see if I can get back into the software. Hang on a second. Okay, these have not been syndicated anywhere because it's a demo account, so it's not that great of what it can do. But here's where it would show up. It shows what makes and models have gotten calls. It shows how many ads, how many clicks each ad has gotten. Each individual post gets its own unique tracking link, and each post gets its own call tracking with an extension. Now, that's all the same phone number, and then it says extension 1059 at the end of that. So if the person uses that extension, we can track better. If they don't, it's still going to ring through because we don't want to lose the call over have them hit a silly extension number. But if they hit it, it lets us gather more information. Okay? I hope that makes sense, Joseph. Are the meetings taped? Oh, I just went to that. I need to get down further. Justin, you're awesome. Thanks for recording. Can I take a dealer feed and export multiple client dealers to my site where I capture leads? DocTech, I'm not sure about that. I don't see why not. We would just have to get you you'd have to pay for that external bundle, which we call external data bundle, and we would then add you to the back end of the system. You would give us login information to put into the system, and it would export to you. So you could basically, in theory, I'll have to confirm this, but I don't see why it would be an issue. If you wanted to start your own Dallas used car inventory site, you could have all of your dealerships on that site and feeding into one searchable, your own auto trader, localized auto trader kind of thing. I'm actually working on something that may solve that for everybody. And everybody may be able to have their own. We'll see if that happens or not. Can I make a dealer? Oh, yeah, we just did that. Working on a Subaru salesman. Let me tell you one thing. I noticed the service manager at a Subaru dealership, and he asked me a question last summer. He said, "You know what you've never heard a Subaru dealer mention in an advertisement?" And I thought, no, I haven't. He said, the price. They sell a lifestyle, so don't sell them as a lifestyle. Don't sell Subaru as pricing. Sell them that it's video, it's the new thing, it's the hipster thing. Subarus are hipster. And yes, that'll be a good. Brian, he already left. Can you give me a 5-minute overview of the whole thing? I just went through the pricing, Justin, and the 1% plus membership. 1% is still as it always was. If you got in months and months and months ago, you're at 99. If you got in after Christmas sometime, you're at 140 something. If you want access to the software, what we're doing is so we don't have to feel like, because support has to be paid for, and there's some spends that have to be met each month with the software. So instead of trying to add to our wholesale price, Sid brilliantly came up with the idea of, we'll just charge them a one-time fee. They can sell as many as they want, eat as much as they want. So this is like the auto syndication buffet that they offered y'all for one price. Instead of having to pay for lunch, breakfast, and dinner, you can sit down and eat all day. Where am I? So I have a demo account, and we signed up tonight. Does our demo account change? No. The demos account don't change, but once you sell a dealership, then you have access to their site and data feed once it's in there, so you can show your own clients. We won't show you other people's clients. That's the whole deal with these demo accounts. So once you've sold one, then you have your own access, and you can show people whatever you want to in that. But we are only going to allow you to see the demo account because we're not going to give up people's clients, and we've just had issues with that in the past, and we're not going to discuss anymore, but we just don't do it that way anymore. How effective? Well, it is, the video is so new, it is making people, wet at the mouth to get it. John, our meetings, have I keep going backwards here? What is the dollar per vehicle posted? Okay,